Yeah, there's 4 pictures in this folder. There's the wing of the plane. There's the wing of the plane again, but slightly different. You can tell the clouds are a little different too. There's out the window. It's the sky. It's very blue. You can also see the reflection of everybody else's windows. The plane thankfully worked very well. Oranges aren't the only thing. Oh no, a lot of things have vitamin C in it. Like mostly citrus fruits, but there's other things as well. Kaz was the grandma. This is true. Hi Ellie, how are you doing today? So it's been marketed for years. Yeah, exactly. This is the inside of this is how few people were in the plane. Actually, you know what? I think this one is the international flight. Like, I was way in the back. There's 1, 2, 3. There were maybe 30 people on the flight across to Japan. In a plane that can hold maybe 200 people, or probably more than 200 people. Yeah, it was very empty. As an exercise, reduce asthmatic, you can discern as long as you're stupid. It is true. Saying the good milk is actually not that good. Yeah, because you don't really use all of the calcium in there, you know. And also, if you don't drink milk for a while, you start to become lactose intolerant because we don't really need milk our whole lives. That's generally just when we're growing. Yeah, it was super empty. And here's another shot of the wing. Oh boy, let's go back to 314. Whoop. There was only, I didn't take a lot of pictures, but I think this is also where I left my phone, or I left I left my camera at the hotel, so there's a lot of pictures on my phone, but what besides milk has calcium? Like calcium pills, there's quite a few things that have calcium. Like, if milk was the only thing that had calcium, we'd be fucked. Like, there's plenty of things that have calcium in minute amounts, so. And certain leafy greens, yeah. Let's see, let's look at calcium-rich foods. Almonds, curly kale, sprouting broccoli, amaranth, navy beans, chia seeds, soybean, yogurt, cheese. I mean, that's kind of a given to dairy products. Sardines, common fig, sesame. I don't think you eat that much sesame, though. Chinese cabbage, tofu. Well, it is made out of soybeans. So. Okra, garden rhubarb, orange. American cheese? Oh yeah, because American cheese it's like an amalgamation of a bunch of different things, and it can hardly be considered cheese. Rapini, which is a leafy green. Vanilla ice cream. Well, cool. Vanilla ice cream has calcium, guys. Shrimp and prawn. Oh yeah. Parmesan. Whey. I mean, cause yeah. Clams, eggs, soy milk, spinach, molasses. Molasses. Turnip greens. Okay, that's the end of like the general list. Guys, heat reheats a oh no, gross! They're so smelly even if they're not hot. Oh god. I mean, I got nothing against sardines, but they do smell horrible. Oh jeez. Love tofu. I like tofu a lot too. I've actually used tofu for stir fry in lieu of chicken, and it works out really well. Or using it in curry is good too, because it absorbs the flavor of whatever you stick it in. The smell, yeah. All right, so this is me walking from the god damn it. This is me walking from the airport. There we go, to the first place. As you can see, like 90% of the buildings in Japan are going to be like multiple stories because they make the most use of the space they have, because Japan's not a very large place by any means. I mean, I'm pretty sure Texas is bigger than a whole lot of countries, but still. Very late for you. Thank you for stream. No, I'm sorry that I started up so late, Kat, but thank you so much for being here, and I hope you get plenty of rest. I know it's super late for you, so just hang in there and let me know how things are going, okay? You know that I'm always open to talk to you if you need it. American everything is high in sodium. Well, this is true. American everything is high in random, like, ingredients to make it more like something. So, as a school employee, the superiors didn't like you talking about it. Oh, yeah. This makes sense. Yeah, and plus we have so many cows and stuff. It's like ingrained in society, really. Which is one of the reasons why everything was getting cleaned out. People stocked up on milk, which is the dumbest fucking shit ever. Because guess what? Milk has a very short shelf life. Freezing milk is the worst thing you can do because once it unfreezes, once it thaws out, it's disgusting because it's separated. Everything about the concept is horrible. But people are panicking and just not realizing that we're not going to be like locked away for months. It's just for a few weeks to make sure that everything's okay. Garden hose, need a drink outside. That Spikers, I did that all the time as a kid, and I turned out okay. Even though there's like a million doctors who are like, don't do it. There's worms and other random shit in there, and I'm like, yeah, just, leave some water. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and there's another picture, and some guy's head. I tried to not take pictures of people's faces, but yeah, you can see there's a lot of different buildings, like lots and lots of signs advertising what it is, whether it's food, hotels. Oh yeah, I think we stayed near that one the second night, the third night, or third place. Oh, he's had well water? Huh. So the water quality has dipped in. Yeah. The quality of a lot of things have dipped, but in America, we're too stubborn to say that it has, and we're always like, American goods and everything are better than all these other things, and I'm like, no. Just because it comes from America doesn't mean it's better. It just means that it was made in America. Yours probably tasted better. Man, I don't know. But yeah, like I was saying, sorry, I keep getting off on tangents. Lots and lots of buildings. It was trash day, so that's why there's trash on the side of the road. It's not just messy. I mean, Japan still has litter like any other place, but it's generally not too bad overall. Also, they separate their trash into recyclables like cans and bottles, and then burnables, which would be like wood bits, like chopsticks and stuff like that, paper, other things. And then I think they just had like miscellaneous trash. At least most of our places did, to kind of accommodate the fact that we're dumb Americans and we don't really separate our trash that way. But, oh yeah, it's definitely much cleaner. And they have really nice wide sidewalks, most places. Like a lot of paved sidewalks rather than just in America where we have the cement sidewalks. Yeah, they separate. See, I think that should be a natural thing everywhere because there's a lot of waste, especially in Texas. If you want to recycle, you actually have to pay the city a fee to recycle. Like, and they give you a little like box to put your recycling in. And it's like, why do we have to pay you guys to recycle? Because you make money off of this. Like, I don't know. And there's more. Like, they've got pretty wide streets. And obviously, in Japan, you drive on the left side. And usually when you're walking on the sidewalk, you want to stay on the left side. Not 100%. Some people just walk wherever and you just avoid them. But people are pretty good. Like, I think I got bumped into like twice. But most of the time, everybody's very good at just kind of like getting through the crowds, you know? And also people keep throwing their shit in bottles. Yeah, this is true. But yeah, like I said, lots. And this was over in Shinjuku. Like, lots and lots of tall buildings. Mostly apartment and business buildings and stuff like that. Like, there's a very famous department store called Don Quixote, or Donkeys for short. It's basically always a multi-story store with like electronics, clothes, candy, drinks. It's got a little bit of everything. You learn to, yeah. I mean, by the end of it, I thought I was doing pretty good. Although my mom and my brother were still, sometimes they'd be like staring at their phone and just like zoning out, and I'm like, we need to move to the left, guys. Saw this picture and you're surprised. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, I think by the time we got there, it was before or after any kind of rush hour. Like, generally, you're gonna see more people walking on the sidewalks and stuff than you will see in cars. Like, cars are kind of more of a luxury just because of the amount of space. Like, there's not much for parking and stuff like that. Like, they have parking areas that are paid and all that, but unless you own a house with, like, a garage or a parking spot, yeah. Apparently, New York is a lot like that, too, where if you live in an apartment, you can get kind of fucked with parking. And there's lots and lots of alleyways like this. Oh, in general, yeah. There's a couple of times we went through where it was pretty packed. Walker, take the subway 99. Yeah, exactly. And it's very efficient. Like, I actually have, just saying. Trying to remember where I put my wallet. Ah! And I just realized that my, my computer speakers were still on, so I'm sorry if there was any spillover from the music. But one of the things I have that you can get there is this bad boy. Fuck. Okay, there we go. It's called a Passmo. And what a Passmo is this card has a little like RFID chip in it. And when you're going to the subways, there's little gates. I probably took pictures of them, I can show you guys later. But there's a little touchpad there where you just run this over and it automatically charges it, opens the gate, and lets you go through to get on the train. They have this in like Suica and I think a couple other different cards, but it's honestly the easiest way to get around because it's a little card, and at every station there's a place where you can put this card in to recharge it. So it's pretty cool. And I mean, coming from Texas, where our public transit is absolute trash, basically non-existent, you know, it's pretty crazy to see how well oiled it is. And they're very, very prompt. Like, if they say they're going to be there at a specific time, they will be there. Like, the trains are moving non-stop pretty much all day until they close down at about 11 or 12. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Whereas here, if you get public transit, they're like, well, we'll be here sometime. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there's lots of little alleys. That's the thing. Like I said, they do... The architecture around here and the way the infrastructure works is based off of, like, the land they have. So there's going to be a lot of things that are close together, lots of tall buildings, so more people can fit, like, per square foot and everything like that. Like, everywhere you go, high rises. It was kind of funny because when we went up to, and you'll see pictures of this later, we went up Tokyo Tower, and they showed pictures of it back, like, in the 30s and 40s. And it's so weird looking at it then because it was mostly, you know, small buildings, and then they just started, like, building up from there. So, I mean, that's like, this is one of the pictures I took where I'm just like, this just goes straight up. Yeah. Yeah, we went to Tokyo Tower. Me, my mom, my brother, and Ellie. Because Ellie actually hadn't been there yet, so. And to be honest, it actually wasn't that expensive to go to the top, and they have the one-piece store at the bottom, which I took a million pictures of as well. Okay, now this is all the pictures from 314. Yeah, 315. This is when we start getting into the turd. We'll get to that in a minute. This is when I actually took a bunch of pictures. 316 doesn't exist because I forgot to take my camera out of the hotel. So yeah. But we have a lot of pictures from today. You feel like you'd instantly get lost? To be honest, Trainer, I mean, in the animes, they show people getting lost easily and all that. Yeah, well, I was too, Ellie. The fact that the One Piece tower tour was closed, but then the tower itself is open. I mean, then again, there weren't a whole lot of people there, but yeah. I don't know. I'm glad it was, though, because like everything else we wanted to do was closed until April. But yes, more high rises, more, and this is just like looking straight down the road. And you can see it's like it's just so orderly looking, just with the nice pavements and everything. Oh, There's a Family Mart. They have really good chicken there. Ellie introduced me to their chicken, and it's delicious, and it's like $1.50 per piece for like a pretty decent sized piece of chicken. But yeah, it's just building, and a lot of businesses. Like me and Ellie went to Akihabara, which I think was one of the places that wait, no, I think I had my camera for that one. But yeah, you'll have like smaller, older looking buildings like this, and then in the distance, like high rises all over. Lines of trees. Lots of bicycles. Walking, bicycling are like the two main forms of transit other than using the trains. I know, Famichiki. You know what, Ellie? The funny thing is, when I got home to the hotel, my brother had bought two of the... there was apparently cheese versions of the Famichiki, and that was pretty good too. I was kind of unsure at first, but... You never really been to a big city ever? Well, Tokyo is gigantic. Like, if you look at a map of Tokyo, Tokyo takes up, like... it takes up probably about a sixth of Japan. That might be kind of a stretch, but it's very large. There's basically sub-cities as a part of Tokyo. Like, Shinjuku is technically still a part of Tokyo, Nakano, a whole lot of other places. Like, they're just like sub-cities within the larger city. Another just straight up building. Oh yeah, and there's some cherry blossoms. There were not a whole lot of trees. Like, not all of the trees were in bloom, but there were quite a few. And there will be a lot more cherry blossom pictures later, because we went through a park that had a bunch of them. Actually, I don't, like, I guess I was probably too in awe of everything else, because I didn't even notice that when I first took the picture. Yeah, this is me walking to your place. Yes, Ellie. And then there, look, it's one of those little delivery bikes that you'd see in any anime with the two wheels on the back and the hot box and everything. It was pretty amazing, like, seeing this stuff and being like, I know what this is. Don't worry, Ellie, I'll keep your address a secret. Also, most people wouldn't be able to decipher it anyway. Oh yeah, and I took like a short video. Woo! Oops. This is where that bike was at. Sorry that it's so moving and shaky. I was just like, look at all of this shit. All right. And then this is going down, yeah, like a little out. That's actually a little shrine right here. Didn't notice until I got across the road. But you'll see random little shrines just kind of like in little alcoves, or even like bigger shrines sticking out. So, hey, what's going on, Dixies? How are you doing today? We'll call before we go. Yeah, well, I made sure to like text her. See, this is a picture of that shrine, complete with the little rope gong and everything, and a little offertory box. And then this is along the way too. This is getting fairly close to where she's at. These trees, I think, were actually starting to bloom later on when we passed by there again. You don't know why, but it's weird seeing what you see. Yeah, well, probably because it's like, you see it like first-person view. Although I guess like taking a picture with a camera is basically a first-person view. But yeah, it's always weird to see these things from somebody else's perspective. So maybe you like to actually see it one day. Yeah, like honestly, guys, it's a place that I would highly recommend. I mean, obviously it's not cheap to fly there, but after everything's said and done, it's definitely a good place to check out. There's so much to see, like so much cool architecture. If you go in April, that's when the cherry blossoms are like in full bloom and everything. And here's another. I don't know why I took another picture. I don't know. I think I just reduced the brightness or something. And then looking on the other side of the bridge, you see people have their drying racks out and all that, because it was a pretty nice day. Like the first day we got there, it was snowing. Like I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, it's snowing outside." She's like, "It's not snowing in Japan right now." And then we got to the station and I was like, "Mom, it's It's fucking snowing. She's like, oh, okay, it's snowing. I hear an area to call me. Oh, you mean like probably the city area? But yeah, and then I got like a blurry ass picture of the blooms. I think I took a better picture. Nope, I didn't. Well, anyway, there'll be lots more cherry blossoms later. More streets, more tall buildings. Like I said, they've got the shuttered fronts for the storefronts. 7-Elevens are actually really fucking awesome and have really cool like foods and stuff in there, and bentos. Like the Combinis, like small stores there put all the stores in America to shame. There's a little closer. And then something for the Tokyo, I think that's the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Like, I really hope that they're able to still do the Olympics in Tokyo, because they've been prepping for it for so long. It would really suck if they couldn't. Now you got nothing to take you with. Oh, what? Cool ramen flavors? They do. They had a lot of different ramen. But yeah, it's like, it's just... And the 7-Elevens have... that's actually an ATM where I pulled out money. Okay, let me tell you guys a story. Also, Trainer, I'm sorry. I saw that you requested a story earlier, and then I just got like into full swing of things. But, basically, let me put it this way. 100 yen is basically $1, like slightly less than $1. Hey Sats, what's up? So I went to the ATM at 7-Eleven I was gonna be like, let's pull out 50 bucks for now. I pulled out $500 because I was like, oh yeah, 50,000 yen is $50. No, 5,000 yen is $50. I fucked up. I added a zero. Yeah, and then I'm like looking and I'm like, wait a second. And so I went up to my mom and brother and I'm like, I think I pulled out too much money. And they were just like, what the hell? And I'm like, it's fine. I ended up only spending about 300, and then the other 200 I exchanged to my brother because he's in the military, so he has access to actual US money over there. Yeah. Well, it's okay. I mean, honestly, next time I go to Japan, I want to have at least $1,000 spending money when I go to Japan next time, and probably another suitcase. Because there are a lot of really cheap figures and stuff. You can see in the background, there's a poster I got. You want to know how much this poster was? It was $3. This poster was $3. You probably can't really tell what's on it. It's got two girls from Infinite Stratos with not a whole bunch of clothing on, but that's okay. It was one of the episodes. It's normal. It's okay. But then some of those posters also ranged to like $60. Yeah, it was like 340 yen, which is basically like $3. Yeah, it was super cheap, and I was like, I want to get that because that's ridiculously cheap. Like the same kind of poster in the US would be at least $20. You know, like there are so many places that sell different figures and stuff. Like when we went to the One Piece store, the figures were like $40 to $70, which is super cheap for a full-sized figure. But like the other touristy stuff was like 10 to 20 bucks, so. But yeah. And then there's more shops. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of pictures, and they have these trucks. The trucks that you see in the anime with like the big front and the little like short bed. And I loved seeing them. Like, it was the best thing ever. Yeah, we like to gouge in America. I mean, they had some places that were a little gougey in Japan, but at the same time, there are so many different shops. You might find something for expensive in one shop that'll be cheap in another shop. So, Nezuko is never cheap. It's true. It's okay, Ellie. We at least got you that pin. That's a plus. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to get you something else that's not like 5 times markup. Oh, I have pictures of it, even though I'm not... It was one of those places where it was like, don't take photos, but I didn't realize that until I was done taking photos. So, yeah. And then I was like, I should probably put my camera away. Let's see. More street views. Some of these are going to be a little overexposed because I had to keep messing with my my ISO on my camera. Yeah, like that's a better one. I thought you lost faith in One Piece? Ah, but, well, One Piece is still cool, even if the series is super duper long. You still like the, yeah, the old stuff's dead. I still rewatch like the older stuff. And there's a pachinko parlor. I actually did not go into any pachinko parlors, like, at all. I passed by a few, and Ellie was like, wait for the doors to open. I was like, okay, because when you're outside, all you can hear is like a little bit of the music, but as soon, like, those doors must be made out of like some really fucking thick glass, because as soon as the doors opened up, like, it was fucking loud as shit. Like, the music was super loud, and you could hear all of like the little pachinko balls. So it was pretty crazy. And then some feet. I accidentally took a picture of the ground. More buildings. I took a lot of pictures of buildings. More buildings. This is like a little underpass area. I think the only thing that I didn't like about time skip is some of the character designs got really weird. Like they really fucked with Robin and Nami's body proportions after the time skip. Like, for some reason, they became like the boobiest things ever, but let's see. But yeah, and this is some of like the history of like the railways and stuff. Statues. They actually had this big old circle on the ground. I couldn't take a picture of the whole thing, where it was kind of like a timeline of things that happened. Well, the signage was up front in a lot of places. I was just dumb and I missed it. And then another canal and a bridge. Oh yeah, and later on I get to show you a picture of Rainbow Bridge, which was very disappointing because it wasn't a rainbow. It was just like green. Oh, and here we go. Now this is the kind of thing you probably expect coming into Japan. Like looking and seeing all these signs, seeing like a big old banner with anime girls on it. You know, seeing the roadway signs. I know. It's still kind of... And I honestly, time skip Frankie wasn't really... I thought it was a little much, but at the same time, Frankie is just a crazy character, so I can see how they do that. Yeah, and then... I don't know what that is, but there's a cow. I think it's a food place. And then there's... Oh yeah, there's a Lawson, which is another kombini. There's a lot of different kombinis in Japan, but we never actually went into a Lawson, but it's probably still better than any convenience store here in America. Another picture crossing the bridge. You see the little train and lanterns on the railing there. And oh, look at that cafe and restaurant, because this is when yeah, this is when me and Ellie, I think, were going into Akihabara, because they closed down a lot of the roads for cars, or to keep cars from coming in, because literally everybody is just milling around in the street. We did not go to a maid cafe. I had also talked to Ellie about going to a love hotel, just to, out of curiosity, okay? Don't get me wrong, because there's apparently love hotels where they have, like, cosplay outfits and stuff. But I have a feeling that they might be mostly, closed down right now. Bold? Ha! Ha! I had talked about this long ago. Yeah, I don't know how bold it was. Oh, hey, look! Ellie, it's the Sega place where we lost money. UFO catching machines are fucking horror. Yeah, this Sega place it's like 6 stories tall. And then, yeah, you see all of the different posters denoting different things and all that. No, Digimon Digital Shift. Yeah, that's the Sega store. And there's a bunch of these, by the way. Like, this isn't the only Sega, like, UFO game catcher arcade type place. There's a bunch of them in Tokyo. Yeah, like the first floor, the first couple of floors were like UFO catchers, and stuff like that. And then everything above that was various like games. Like me and Ellie actually played a House of the Dead game that had like lights and it had this little hole above you where whenever like a helicopter went by or something happened, it would blow air at your face. Did I get pics of the arcade? I believe so. There's another picture of it. If I didn't get pictures of the arcade on my camera, I got it on my phone. Because at the same time, we're also spending a lot of money. Oh, but here, and this is just a small sample. These are all capsule machines. There are so many like little random hole-in-the-wall shops that are just lined with capsule machines. And yes, that is 300 yen, but they're all like keychains and stuff. But it's just like this right here is probably about 30 of them. There's probably thousands of capsule machines just in Akihabara alone, or just throughout Japan. And you can see, I think that's actually a different set of them. Yeah. Like, I look back and there's more on the wall there. And lots of tax-free stores and stuff. Just going down the road. Oh yeah, and then this part where it's just like, advertisements, fucking galore. Hello Kitty over there. Yeah, I thought it was a lot because it was my first time, and then you were like, it's nothing. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, they have phone booths in Japan. They're actually sprinkled all over the place. Yep. They still use phone booths. And then, oh, there we go. And then I'm just like looking around. I like how there's like a scream at the end. Oh god, wait. I have to listen to that again. I feel like I need to put that in the like perfectly timed screams Twitter page. I gotta find that again later. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's one place that we went into that was a shop, but it also had like a bunch of old arcade games. Sorry, the picture quality's not that great, but in darker places my camera struggles a little bit. And at the front of it was this Solid Snake. Sadly, his gun is super broken, and his leg might be kind of messed up too, but it's okay. But you can see that they had like snacks and other stuff. They had posters of random things. Neo Geo warms your heart. You grew up hating Hello Kitty? I've got no problem with Hello Kitty. It's not like my type of thing, but I can appreciate the hustle. Oh yeah, drinks over there. Snacks and stuff like that. Like, it's pretty cool just to see all of this like kind of all stuck together. I just noticed this random smiling toast. And then these like figures and stuff like that. Like I said, the picture quality is going to kind of vary, but yeah. These are all N64 titles. They're all in Japanese though. But it was still amazing seeing like all of this stuff, and then N64 stuff in the box. Stuff on the right side, you can see some DS titles and things. Yeah, even though it's close together, it's still very well organized, yeah. And then like they have slime stuff and everything. Are those masks where at? I don't know, they have... Oh, I just noticed there's Pikmin right there. On the shelf? No, these are all well, that might actually be a mask down there. I think that's an Inkling. But most of this stuff was just games and like controllers and stuff like that. And they did have random plushes. Although I don't know if the plushes were really for sale or not. And then this is all like Japanese strategy guides and stuff. And then they had this cool, it was like it looked like a PlayStation, but it like folded out into a fucking like PlayStation Autobot or something. I don't know. I just picked it up and I was like, this looks interesting. They still do print guides. I think it was mostly older stuff, but yeah, I have some guides from fairly recently. And then look at that, Dig Dug, like little handheld console things, and like those little like tiny arcade machines, which were like 20 or 30 bucks. Like, this is one of the stores where things were a little bit more expensive. Game & Watch, Sega Saturn, that Famicom maybe? Oh no, Sega Master System. There we go, that's the Super Famicom. Game Boy Advance, like all of this shit. They had a lot of really cool stuff just like packed into that tiny. It's Sony Prime. Yeah, like, and there's like the big old kind of derpy cactar, and like a lot of stuff stuck up top. More guides, more games. I think that's the PlayStation game wall. There's more guides in the back. A really shitty picture. There we go, that's a better picture. Romancing Saga 2. I think these are PlayStation 2 games? Yeah, it was a really big mushroom. I've got a pretty big mushroom on my bed, but not quite as big as that. Kirby, look at him. Like, it's funny, if the games didn't have pictures attached, I would have no idea what exactly they were, because I cannot read. I cannot read kanji, but, you know, it's okay. And then, I think this is all PlayStation. Did I take a better picture? Yeah. Arcade music, yeah! Look at all the SNK right there. Cross raid. And yeah, you must get yourself a Game Boy Pocket Hello Kitty Special Edition. I don't know if I saw any of that, to be honest. Like, some of the shit, like, they had a Game Gear for, oh god, I think it was like, I think it was a few $100s, or maybe $1,000. It was expensive as fuck. And then, oh yeah, I forgot, there's a big old Fox McCloud and a Mario statue at the front of the store. I think I take a picture when I get closer. And, oh yeah, Wii U games and stuff. Memory cards. More games. Did you get to play some of the games only released in Japan? Not really. There weren't really any demos. Like, me and Ellie played a couple of games at the arcade, but well, they might have been Japan only release. I don't know. It was like the Taiko like Drum Master one, and then the House of the Dead one I was talking about, which looked fairly new compared to every other House of the Dead arcade game I played. And then they're like Parappa the Rapper just hanging out. Yeah. PlayStation. They just had, like, there wasn't a whole lot of space in the store, but they utilized it very well. Because there were a lot of things in the store. Sorry, a very dark picture of more PlayStation titles. Okay, and then we're going down, and there's like so many, like there's food places everywhere. Like all over the place. Like, there's so many little hole-in-the-wall food places and all that. Like, people outside, like, giving samples or, like, calling out. There are a lot of kebab places, let me tell you. They're all over the fucking place. The funny thing is, don't think I ever once ate at a kebab place. I ate a lot of tempura, and we did have, oh, God. We also had curry soba, I think. You definitely would gain a lot of weight. Honestly, I didn't eat a whole lot while I was there, but that's mostly because I just ate like in the morning and in the afternoon, so. And then Wagyu beef is really popular there. And then lots and lots of electronics places just kind of littered about. Oh, I think this is actually like an adult store. I remember we passed by a few adult stores over there. And I was just like, oh, okay. Just walking around, more high-rises. More high-rises. I think, oh yeah, there's an idle truck that went by. They have idle trucks that go by and they play the music. Or it'll be like random other advertisements where they'll play music. But they exist. They exist. Yeah, and there's another shot from like far away. And it just passed by and it's just like blasting out music going around. Because this is back when we got to the point where there were cars again. Oh, there we go. I got a picture of it moving. Yeah, 2020. Next. Pit. God. I don't. Shingeki. And then it was gone. It is. Like, it really is, Dixie. It's like there's still going to be a little bit of litter and stuff, but for the most part, it's very clean. See, now there's a lot more cars at this time of day. And walking, and then you see somebody with blue hair over there. Like I said, colored hair wasn't really it's not as common as people seem to think, but it was really cool seeing other people with like green hair and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not alone. Honestly, at first I thought my green hair was going to be a problem because when I got my passport, I was like, is this going to be an issue? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, cool. So my passport picture is just me with green hair is all. It's fine. You can hardly tell. The colors are kind of muted. And more like, look at that. Just like looking all the way down the street. High rise, high rise, high rise, high rise, high rise, high rise. Like just every single building, like all down here. Like a minimum of like 4 to 5 floors. It's pretty amazing. And then walking past the, this is where the trains pass. We were going on the underpass. I think this is when we went to Ueno Park, actually. Utilize that space. Yeah. And then they've got the little, the walkways that go over the streets. There was actually somebody over here doing like political propaganda stuff, which apparently is normal. And I was just kind of like, okay. Oh yeah, and then my first meal, or like the first meal I took a picture of, this was a tempura place that me and Ellie found because we were just like, we need food. And the thing is, to order here, I should have taken a picture, but you didn't actually order from a person. There was a little kiosk, sorry, where you, it was an electronic kiosk where you input your order and got the ticket out. And then it sent it to a screen inside. So they made your food and you just held onto your ticket until they called your number. But the one I got was the All-Star Bowl, which was like these long things. This is deep fried like the bean, they're snap peas or something. So I don't think it was green beans, something else. But it was really good. And then shrimp, some fish. I think there was mackerel in there, a scallop, and octopus. And it was fucking delicious. Oh yeah, there was also lotus fruit, fried lotus fruit, and then it like most things come with a small bowl of miso soup. It was fantastic. Like, I really want to learn how to make tempura like this because it was amazing. Like, and of course it's all on a bed of rice. So yeah. And I took another picture. You can see we have chopsticks, and apparently it wasn't this guy, it was another place, the other tempura place we went to. Ellie said that he complimented our chopstick skills because I actually know how to use, I've known how to use chopsticks for a long time. I wouldn't say I'm like the best at it, but I'd say I'm pretty good. Like, I've had a lot of practice. And then this is actually walking down, this is a specific like market street, where as you can see, just like all down the street, either side, food, clothing, shoes, like there's a little bit of everything coming down here. Electronics, all that. And it's pretty amazing just like walking down and seeing all of it. But yeah, just all the different signs for everything, the lights and all that. You're so proud that you could hold a conversation. I know! See, you're making good progress, Ellie. Then they were selling a whole bunch of pistachios and walnuts and stuff, and it's just like so many small shops all around. And then I think this was the place that was selling the cheap takoyaki, but we didn't get it because we had just eaten. Philippines also has open air stalls and shops. See, I love places like that. I think one of these places was selling strawberries because apparently strawberries are a hot commodity in Japan. Also not very cheap. Nowhere near as neat. See, at some point I wouldn't mind visiting the Philippines because I know a lot of people that come from there. But and then that creepy baby over there. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I believe so. Like the cheapest you can get strawberries in Japan is McDonald's sells like one of those little strawberry pies for pretty cheap. But I think it's the only restaurant chain that does that. Oh, here we go. This is the entrance to Ueno Park. And they had a couple of really nice blossoming trees up at the front. Not very much so much inside because they mostly blossom later on, but yeah, McDonald's pies, very good. I mean, I was gonna get those for you last night, Ellie, but then when I saw that buy one, get one cheese balls, that's the thing, guys. It makes me mad, but in Japan, they have cheese balls, like fried cheese balls they sell at Burger King. They don't exist here in the States. Which makes me sad, because I love cheese and fried things, and if you put them together, that's fantastic, but apparently they don't think that we're cool enough to get it. Oh, and then we passed by this. I'm not really exactly sure what they're advertising, but... Oh wait, pachinko and slot. Okay, that's a pachinko place. And then this is at the front of Ueno Park. All the little lanterns lined up that light up at night. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, is cheese is pretty expensive in Japan, but those cheese balls from Burger King are like 150 yen, which is like $1.50. Probably slightly less than that. And so it's fucking cheap as shit, you know? Also, excuse me. Oh god. Okay, we're fine. Oh, you meant the strawberries with cheese too, yeah. Like, oh god. Okay, I think we're good. Thank you, Panda. But yeah, like, me and Ellie were talking about that because there are some places where I can't stop sneezing. Anyway, because like there's some places where you add cheese and it's like 300 yen, and then there's other places like I said Burger King and we get the cheese balls and it's like 150. Look at here in the second biggest cheese. Yeah, exactly. Like for us, dairy products are like dirt fucking cheap. Oh god, I don't know what god I angered, but I cannot stop sneezing now. I'm just got, you know what? The entire time I was in Japan, never once coughed or sneezed in public. Because, you know, I didn't want to alarm anybody. But yeah. And this is still the front of Ueno Park, the other side of the lanterns. Dust from the room. You know, you might be right. But yeah, and they have all these lanterns, like, all lining the walkway. Which is being crazy. No, you're fine, trainer. It's okay, Panda. I just get, like, the sneezing bouts every once in a while. But it's crazy, because you see, Ueno Park is in the middle of, like, the city, you know, in Tokyo and everything. But in this picture, you don't see... any tall buildings. It's very quiet because things are muffled by the amount of trees and leaves and everything. Like, it's basically its own little sanctuary, like, away from the city. And it's the same, there's a park that I went to later on that feels exactly the same way. Like, the third to last day I was here, we went to it. But yeah, and then we just keep walking. And then there's, see, now you can see cityscape in the background, but there were a lot of large stones with kanji on them. Yeah, you have a good one, trader. Because this is actually leading up to one of the shrines. They had the little place where you could use the water to like rinse your hands and all. And there's a little dragon spitting the water out. And then another shrine with the lanterns all there. Shrine to the side of that one. There's lots of little shrines and temples around. A fish! I took a closer picture of the fish. And then more like stone slabs and stuff like that. And then statues. There's so many like really nicely detailed statues like around the area. And then this is one of the areas where you can kind of like get the incense or the sticks to light up and get the smoke on you. And then there's a little Naga statue. All of the all of the bad luck fortunes tied up over here. There's a lot of them. And then you see like they're on one of the ends of the park, so you can see the high rises coming out again. And then there were ducks and very large koi. Here. Because there were people like feeding them, so they were all just like gathered by the shore, like coming out the water with their mouths open. I think this is actually a video.
So many fish. Yeah, I think they probably expect, look at them, they're expecting us to like feed them. There's signs for that probably.
I know, so many fish, and you see them all like, All right, and then of course, this place had a small pond with boats. And for a rowboat, it was 1 hour for 700 yen. Cycle boat was 600 for 30 minutes. And then there's a swan-shaped cycle boat, also for 30 minutes. It said that it could fit 3 adults. I could barely fit in there, but I don't know. Like, I haven't been in a cycle boat in a while, so maybe they're just made for shorter people. The original cycle boat could be 2 adults within 1 infant. This is the picture I shared in the Discord. And this one says 3 adults. I don't really know what the rest of that 0. I don't know what that is. But yeah. I'm a different size. I am, apparently. It's because I've got an ass. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But yeah, and then this is looking down the row of trees. No children. Yeah, that might be it. And then there's another little shrine temple here. We were gonna go inside, but like that group of people was like the last group to go in. So yeah. So I was like, hey, look at them. And then they like came out and started closing the gates, and I'm like, well, we're not going in there. Maybe for TD Asian halflings. But yeah, it also had another one of the slabs and the nice lantern. And then this place had a bell. And then there's a big old, huge stone lantern, monster lantern. Like, and this thing was pretty damn big. It was probably like 15 foot tall. Oh, and then this is one of the trees that was starting to blossom. What she said teeny Asian halflings, Ellie. You're not an Asian halfling. You're just a Swede in Japan. That's all. The street lamp looks dangerous. It's okay. I mean, it probably won't do anything bad if you're an okay person. Oh yeah, there's a good close-up of the flowers. Yeah, you just grew up in Sweden. It's fine. Hey, what's going on, Ant? Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It's so weird to think that it's been 2 weeks. It's okay. You fit right in, Ellie. You fit right in. Nobody would suspect a thing. But when you were walking next to me, it probably looked weird because I am definitely a white guy. Oh yeah. And then this little area here, they had kids running around and people doing stuff. And when me and Ellie were walking up, there was like fog or mist coming out, and then it stopped when we got closer. We're just like, what is going on? And they have a lot of different like flowers all lined up around the area. I think this is actually a video. Yep. You say it's all my fault. I walked away from it all. All those memories. Kids riding bikes. A single life has come at the right time. I gave you a chance. And now it's starting to get darker. So this is us heading out. And then there's this tower. What? Japanese to even though they speak English to other people? Yeah. What is this place called again, Ellie? I'm so terrible with names. This isn't the Tokyo Tower though, guys. The Tokyo Tower is orange, except at midnight when it turns blue. So, but I wasn't able to get a picture of that because I like fell asleep. The Sky Tree. And as you can see, these lights here actually spin around the little part there. And the top changes colors. It changes to a rainbow color later on too. Like, see, I got a picture of it. But this was a nice little landmark to be like, oh, we're getting closer to this thing as we're walking around. Oh yeah, and then this is just like a random little like temple in the middle of everything. Like, that's one of the cool things about Japan. Is like you see this tall ass modern building in the background, and then there's this right here. Like, there's a lot of different buildings like that where you'll be in the middle of newer structures, and then you'll just see like an older house or temple or something just kind of hanging about, complete with the wall and everything. And then we're going down here, which is another area full of like food markets and stuff like that. Everything like really lights up at night. Lanterns all lit up down here. Oh yeah, because this is when we're going to one of the major temples. Woo! Most of the shops were already closed down by then because it was getting pretty late. Yeah. But this was very impressive. It's very large. You got your two guys on the side, the lanterns, the middle one you're not really supposed to walk under. And I did not. Other people didn't really care as much, but as a placeholder, but you're digging the Pretzel Rocks tracks. Yeah. Oh no, like Pretzel Rocks has some really good stuff. Like sometimes they'll get stuff where I'm like, I don't know if this is really my jam, but today everything's been good. Royalty-free music for the win, guys. The Japanese, yeah. With their like bajillion abs and their weird innie belly buttons. There's also giant sandals on the back of this, but I didn't notice until Ellie pointed them out. And this is passing through the gate. There's more. I actually took a fortune out of here. And there's food stalls, but they're basically all like closed up at this point. Let's have more abs, exactly. And that's like the main tower of the area with the coral on top. Was it a good fortune? It was where did I think I put it in? No, that's my receipt for the obnoxious amount of money I pulled out. I think it was actually just like a regular fortune. But I kept it anyway because even regular fortunes can be fine. Cause like you can also tie it to the like if it's a bad fortune, you know, you want to tie it up and all that. But I kept that fortune because I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this. I made my peace. Yeah, and then this is the actual shrine itself, which is, it's very impressive. Like all of the woodwork, like that's so many like wooden boards and everything and planks. And the gilding and everything like that. It's very, like, these pictures really don't do it justice, but it's really fantastic. Those doors are fucking huge, though. And then here's like a little side area where, while we were walking through an alley that just opened up into a little shopping center and another one of the little stone lanterns. And then this guy, who I think they used for certain, like, blocking off some places. And here's the poop. This is very famous, apparently. Look, there's beautiful sky tree in all of its glory, tall, wondrous, blue right now. And then there's this. This is actually for a building for a beer company. But as Ellie said, it looks like a giant golden poop. Like, I don't know, I don't know who designed that, who thought it wasn't gonna look kind of like a turd, but it does. And it's hilarious. Yeah. And I took a close-up. There you go. Look at it in all of its glory. It's so long and cylindrical and kind of poopish. No, I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. Maybe like a drop? Or yeah, it's supposed to be like beer. Or maybe the company, I think that's like their symbol above like the words or something. But yeah, it looks not like that. It just, here's another picture in case you were wondering. It's poop. Is their beer shitty? Well, I think most beer is kind of shitty, but you know. And there's like a walkway that leads across and everything. And like the water side was very nice. Like what part of beer? A droplet, maybe? Oh yeah, and then we caught people doing the Mario Kart thing. Or yeah, like, you know how they just have the carts going around. I think one of the guys actually waves to me. I did not try that. I don't know how much it was or when it started. I didn't do a lot of like the really touristy stuff. I mean, you could argue that the Tokyo Tower is very touristy, but it's also a very good view. Yeah, they didn't dress up though. They were wearing the jumpsuits. I think one guy waves to me. All right. Maybe it was just the guy in the front, but yeah. Oh, and this is when we went to the arcade again. There was a Tekken 7 thing. Wasn't it cold? It kind of jumped between cold and warm. Yeah, the guy in the back waved, yeah. But for the most part, it was fairly warm. The first couple of nights were a bit chilly though, and windy. There were gale warnings, and they weren't playing around with the gale warnings. It gets fucking windy. But yeah, and you see, it's got this little card reader because, like I said, I have this this Passmo card, and a lot of these cards you can use on arcade machines and stuff. It just like charges however much to the card. It's pretty amazing. But there were machines on the other side, so you could actually do versus matches with people. Oh yeah, I think this is a video of me looking at stuff. There's Tekken, there's whatever that is. That's all Final Fantasy Dissidia. More Tekken 7. Wow, I am terrible at taking video. There's like a Pong machine. That is, I'm not sure what that is. Battle card thingy and the Tekken machines over here. Oh, nice. And then there was Street Fighter 5 over there, and this was more Tekken on the left side. Yeah. Oh, and then there's the Big Apple slot and pachinko at night. It held the rank your machine. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I think that was the last picture of the file. So, boop. Okay, like I said, 3.16 got kind of messed up because of the fact that I fucked up. But don't worry. Once I get through the camera pictures, I'll probably pull up my mobile pictures so we can look at that too. Said arcades are a luxury over here. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're gonna skip straight to 3.17. And this is actually when here, well, I put this up on YouTube, but this is the little video tour of the place we stayed at. And this is kind of like what a traditional, like a traditional home would look like in some cases. So I was in the front area where you drop off your shoes. In Kyoto? Yeah, this was over in Kyoto. There's fridge, sink. This place actually had a lot of state-of-the-art stuff. Like induction cooktop, microwave, the toaster oven, bathroom, actual like legit nice like Japanese style bathroom with the little seat that you could sit down on and like rinse off, and then the tub on the side. Like, it's a compact version, but it still worked really well. There's me. Ha. Yeah. And it's very dark in there. Also blurry. I think I had autofocus on, so. And there's my mom. That wasn't actually flashing, but when my camera takes video, certain LEDs and stuff flash. But that is actually a washer-dryer combo. It takes like 5 to 6 hours, but it washes your clothes and then dries them immediately after, so. And there's my mom, and she was trying to help, but she ended up like turning the lights off. And there's the bathroom. The original bathroom we were in the first place looked kind of like a murder room. This place actually was nice. And if you look down, it has little slippers, because the Japanese they usually have bathroom slippers because it's considered like dirty to just go into the bathroom like with your regular slippers and stuff on. So, fuck, I started it over. There we go. Murder room? Well, it was literally like kind of a longish hallway with a toilet in it, and that was about it. And then this is like the little kind of like family room area. It's got the couch, got a closet, a small table, windows leading out to the front area. And then this little area here had hand sanitizer, fire extinguisher. The stairs are kind of narrow, but I think that's honestly kind of a normal thing. Yeah, big closet. Another fire extinguisher. They actually have poles up here for drying clothes. Lantern up there. There's the sink for the bathroom up top, which is just like a basin. Size category, exactly. And then there's this also had a little bath. Oh, by the way, both bathrooms, both toilets had bidets with heated seating, which are probably the best things you can have on your toilet. Yeah, they didn't have a kotatsu. Everything else is very traditional. Like, we've got the futons on the floor, the bed. There's a closet full of more stuff. They have little, like, bamboo shutters we could have put down. Oh, Cecil, hey! Thank you for the raid! I'm sorry I don't have my alerts up. Because I'm just running through pictures and I keep forgetting this doesn't have alerts. Also, how are you doing, sir? Welcome. Welcome, Wolfie Fluffy Furry. How are you doing? I love that name, by the way. Oh yeah, and in this place, there's like a fan. I'm sorry it's kind of dark, but it was taking it on my camera. There we go, lighty. The guy, when he was showing us the place, he showed us this kimono in the corner, and he's like, you guys can wear it. And I'm like, haha, I don't know if I want to touch that. It looks like too It looks really expensive. But yeah, this was just up on the second floor, and this is where I slept. And inside of all of there was just more bedding and pillows and stuff like that. But like, these beds were actually super comfy. Like, the last ones were raised off the floor, but they weren't like very comfortable. Which reminds me, I thought I had pictures of the other place. I'll have to check. It's probably on like my camera photos. But yeah, and then I just took like pictures of the place afterwards. Yeah, that's the other room. Yeah, this is where the kimono is. There's a fan, some other stuff. Oh, there was an outlet there. I didn't use that. Oh, there's a better lit picture. It's very nice looking, but I was like, I don't know. Thank you so much for the follow, Wolfie Fluffy Furry. It's good to meet you. All right, and then this is where my mom slept. And then down the stairs, they were a little steep, but there was a handrail, so it wasn't too much of an issue. The little area where we could dry our clothes, and also, oh yeah, there was another little thingy there. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, and then my luggage and my mom's luggage were down there. They even gave us like a bunch of clear umbrellas in case it rained. And house slippers, which I used. My feet were almost too big for those. And then they gave us this really delicious half loaf of bread, a whole lot of stuff showing us different attractions in the area. You kind of look like Napster. I don't know who that is. A lot of people say I look kind of like Zach Galifianakis, or you know, whatever his name is. The guy from The Hangover. That's the easiest way to put it. Oh yeah, and the trash are separated into cans, bottles, and then everything else. Or well, like burnables, and then there was like an everything else trash can over there. Yeah, the bathroom. That wall unit actually lets you adjust the temperature of the water. So even if you had it like on the hottest setting on the knob, it would only lock it in at whatever temperature's there, because they use the instant heat rather than the like the water heaters like we have here. This is me going through a bunch of pictures I took while I was in Japan the last 10 days. Well, technically I got back yesterday, but I slept most of yesterday. I also slept a lot of today, but no, I am too. Thank you so much, Mandy. Like, it was fun being over there, but honestly, like, they escalated shit so much in the past like week and a half for the US. I was like, man, am I gonna be okay getting back? Yeah, they let me leave. Well, because it's Japan. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, any Asian country is in danger, and it's like, no. Like, if I had flown to China or to certain parts of Europe, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have been barred from coming back, but I would have been under like mandatory quarantine for 14 days, which would have sucked a lot. Yeah, it's been nuts, but hopefully you and everyone are okay, Mandy. But yeah, it's been nuts for sure. That reminds me, I gotta make sure I gotta send you something. I sent other people stuff last night, and then I was like, I need to go to bed, and I went to bed. But oh man, thank you. Yeah, it's been okay here. My roommates are just going a little stir crazy, but I'm like, we just gotta hang it. We gotta hold it out for a little bit, and then everything will be okay. There's me again. I usually don't take a lot of selfies, so. Like, oh god. Yeah, where was your postcard? You know what, Ellie? I was thinking about that the whole time that I was that I was gonna go, and then I forgot to print everything out. I'm sorry, Ellie. I promise I'll get you your postcard. Hopefully, like, the million bags of peach candy will be okay for now as a peace offering. You can't make out what exactly it is. It's yeah, it's Breath of the Wild. It's Link shooting a bow. It's just it's like it's more like a see-through thing, so you can see like the sky and stuff behind and all that. And underneath it, I have this new Infinite Stratos poster I got, which has 2 anime girls not wearing a lot of clothing that I only got for $3 in Japan. Huh. Yeah, I know. Usually you gotta pay a lot more for the titty, but not, well, no, I'm not gonna lie. There's still really expensive stuff in Japan. But you were in the same country and forgot the postcard? Well, I'm sorry. There was a lot going on. I was very excited. I have her address, so I can send it anytime. As long as I input the address correctly this time. But yeah, I actually have quite a few. It's funny, Honeyed Hylian. They had that, and I have a bunch of other posters in front of me that are from Target. Let's go ahead and show you guys if my cord is long enough. Because I got that Breath of the Wild one on the right, and then the Ocarina of Time one, and then I got this Mario Bros one, and that other Mario one, and I got that one too. I got it from Ross, because sometimes they have really cool things at Ross, and I have a friend that works there who tells me when things show up, and I'm very grateful for her because there's a lot of really cool things that I'd miss out on otherwise. Yeah, $3. There were some that were $50. But Mandy, like I shoulda tries to zoom in to see the poster. I mean, I could totally zoom in on that like here, we'll just oh wait, that's behind. Bam. Yeah, see, it's a Breath of the Wild, and that's the other poster. They're not wearing very much clothing, but that's besides the point. Okay, let me shrink myself back down now and put myself behind. But Mandy, God, I felt like such a dumbass because the time difference was so severe. But I wanted to ask you if you liked Goku or Vegeta better. It seems like a whole lot of people like Vegeta more than Goku. But they had so many Dragon Ball Z figures for super cheap, and I was like, I need more space in my bags. Yeah, Ross. Ross is where I had where I got all of these pictures for like $10 each, if that. But in Japan, no, there was a ton of like Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like so many figures and things. And I'm like, I really, because I know you fucking love Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, like, god damn it. Like, it was crazy how cheap some of the figures were, like, compared to here. I think you like Vegeta more, but both guys can. I gotcha. See, that's why I was telling everybody, like, when I go back to Japan, I need to make sure I have at least, like, 1,000. I need to just save the fuck up and have like $1,000 worth of spending money so I can just like stock up on like these cheap figures and things. I also probably need another bag to bring. Oh man. Yeah, this is when we were walking. It was sundown. We're walking through Kyoto. It was like, Mandy, it was nuts. It was just so amazing. And then you see like stuff like this, which you'd see in anime a lot of the times, like the little areas where you walk down and there's a river and just a nice walkway. And there's actually a castle over here. We weren't able to get into that castle, unfortunately, because of the coronavirus and all that. They had closed down a lot of major attractions and stuff, but there was still so much to see and to do otherwise. Like, definitely, once everything's all over, I want to go back. And I highly recommend, like, I'd recommend it to anybody. Honestly. Like, it's an amazing place. Yep. And there's, yeah, the castle. Like, we walked around, and it's a pretty decent-sized castle. I mean... Oh, and then there's a random cat. There's random cats all over Japan. And usually the signs are like, don't mess with the cat. Just let the cat do what they want. But yeah, so we just followed along here. I don't know why I took a picture of the ground. I think I might have accidentally pressed the shutter button, but look. I mean, just look at it. Japan even has better gravel than us. Maybe. A lot of things are better. Yeah, no, there's gonna be more kitties. Don't worry, Panda. Neko-chan, yes. Then this was coming up, and you see just buildings galore. Panda would struggle with that. Panda, do you really like kitties? I feel like you really like kitties. But yeah, it's like buildings, and then you turn to the right, and it's like, oh yeah, and then there was dog. So we were like, I was like, I need a picture of dog. But yeah, and then you turn to the right, and it's like, bam, castle walls, you know. And the big ass doors over there. Like, yeah, and there's a little ticket office, but like I said, unfortunately, you couldn't get inside the castle. Like, I think you could go inside the castle walls, because this is technically still just the walls area, but you couldn't go inside, like, the castle proper. But we ended up doing so much stuff and exploring so much, we didn't have a chance to really come back. Let's see. Are we okay? Are we doing okay? A second. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. All right. Yeah, my roommates messed with the internet, and apparently it made things kind of wonky. Yeah, I think it died for a second because of the strain. Yeah, well, I can't tell if it's Twitch or my internet, because my roommates did kind of mess with it last night, but are we okay now? I'm up, right? We're up? It's been mostly Twitch. Yeah! I mean, and honestly, I think they should have been prepared for this, but let's be real. Is Twitch ever ready for anything? Probably not. It's Twitch. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Oh yeah, this is walking outside the wall. Like, there's a moat here and the wall and a bunch of trees. Happened like 6 times today. Lots of people home and Animal Crossing new. Yeah, this is true. I still need to get that game. Like, one of my friends has my copy, and I talked to her about it the other day, and then she never got back to me. And now I'm like, I really want to play the game now, please. But at the same time, like I said, my roommates fucked with the internet. So I have to hook my Switch up to the internet, but my phone won't hook up to it for some reason. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I gotta get that figured out. Alright, so this is walking further down along the castle. This is a little parking area for the castle. I think I actually took a short video of us walking along. This nice fence with the little lanterns. Okay, my God, I always get confused when my Google Home is connecting. Yeah, it's my mom talking in the background. Alright. And then we reach the edge of here, and you see like just this line of trees in the water. It looks so nice. And then another gate where people were leaving out of driving. There's also random little like sluice areas too. The buildings here are actually quite a bit shorter than in Tokyo. There's still like many floors, but like looking down, you can see more of like the mountain ranges and stuff in the background. Hey, and then a small park. We walked around it though, because we were like, we don't really need to be in the park. And then this, like, at the corner is an old, like, more traditional home and everything. It's really cool, like I said, just seeing the contrast between the old and the new. but they're still side by side. Look, a 7-Eleven! And also a gas station. Which you don't see quite as many gas stations there as you see here. Buildings. Oh yeah, and then this. That's almost $100, by the way, for 150 grams of meat. And there's Oh My Beef Special Filet. I want to eat with special people at special times for memories of your trip with your wife and friends. Yes, and then there's Wagyu thigh steak. Steak with less fat, which is still expensive. It's very expensive. Whiskey soda with apple cider vinegar. I don't know about that. That sounds... I don't know about that. Yeah, and no one else, apparently. Have you thought about playing Animal Crossing New Horizons? I have. I just don't have it. I don't physically have it right now because my friend has it. On stream, I'm not sure. Maybe? I know a lot of people have been playing it, but I've already kind of promised everybody because I had a poll up. My next 2 games that I'm going to play in rapid succession because they tied is Ori and the Blind Forest, which I might actually be able to get in one stream, and Final Fantasy VII on the PS4. And just so you know, I am going to abuse the fuck out of the fast forward for the combat and everything because I can. Ori's kind of long. I saw I think it said on how long to beat it's about 11 hours. I mean, if I do a long stream tomorrow starting at like noon, I'm pretty sure I can probably beat it in one go. We'll see. It depends. For some people, it depends on how much I die, to be perfectly honest. You got lost in Final Fantasy VII and never played it again? I don't know. Like, Final Fantasy games are older ones. Sometimes it's easier to get lost, but 7 and up, I feel like they were pretty good at hinting where you need to go. Unless you just put it down and never pick it back up. Or it can be... That's what I've heard. I was actually watching Des play through, because I'm getting clips for her. She was playing through Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and she said that that one is definitely much easier than the first one. I think because there's a lot more that they let you do. That's what happened. Yeah, I had that happen with Chrono Cross. I got like halfway through Chrono Cross, put it down for half a year, picked it back up, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't understand where I am. Yeah, there's a shrine, sunset. Oh, well, I can change my brightness settings and it made it a little bit lighter, but I think this is us walking back. Oh, and then there's this giant statue thing. Well, not giant. This was like the entrance to a building. I think I have a better shot. Nope, that's not really much better. It was too dark to really get a good shot. There's like a giant, like, twin sun, like, metal thing on the front of the building. And this is, I think, actually when we were heading towards the Kyoto Pokemon Center. Walking down the streets, staying on the side so we don't get hit by cars. Yeah, it took JRPGs a while to figure out a journal. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, first shot at the Kyoto Pokemon Center. And there's freaking... I told my brother, I told him, Ellie, that Blaziken was not at the one in Tokyo. Or the one in where we went to. And he was like, oh no, it was totally there. And I'm like, I would have seen a giant, like, Kiki chicken if we were there. But yeah, they have, like, the evolutions of most of the starters. Not all of them. Most of them. It's like, I mean, you would have been able to tell right away because it's like one of your favorites, so. And then they had like little Lugia, a Ho-Oh. They actually had like a giant Ho-Oh and Lugia statue, and that'll show up in a minute. Gengar stuff. Lots of Pikachu stuff, like lots of Pikachu stuff, but I know he's like the face of Pokemon. And then they had a lot of cool like keychain, like acrylic ones and some wooden ones, but I think the wooden ones were just the newer starters. Coin purses and stuff like that. And then they had a lot of like the first gen. I did end up getting, if you see his little claw there, there's a Weedle, a Kakuna, and a Beedrill. I did end up buying the Beedrill for myself. I bought very few things for myself, but I did get the Beedrill because I was like, I like Beedrill. And he wasn't at the Tokyo one because I was like, hey look, Weedle, Kakuna, and then I'm like, Beedrill? Butterfree was there, but not Beedrill. Can you add me on Switch? Yeah, Valzi, if you're in my Discord, check the schedule and stuff channel, and I should have at the top of that list, I have all of like my game IDs and stuff. Look at that guy. World of Final Fantasy, when you stop, a bar showed up at the top of the screen telling you what the next story objective was. Nice. Like I said, it might be a little bit until I actually accept it because I got to figure out this whole internet thing, but it will happen. Don't worry. Yeah. And then there's Ghastly and then Gengar. There's Haunter usually between those, but not always. But yeah, I liked how most of them look. Some of them look kind of derpy, but for the most part, they did a good job. And then there's lots of Pikachu and Mew, and then there's like Ditto. Oh god. I think that's Hitmonlee. It just looks really weird. And then that's like the little mushroom fairy. Other keychains and stuff. Everything in there wasn't too expensive, but some of the stuff was like a little overpriced. Okay, and there's Lugia. Just big ol' Lugia statue just hanging out. Really fluffy Pikachu, and then the starters and stuff. The Gen 9 Weezing. The Ditto series is pretty amazing. Did I bring it back? The Lugia? Which one? The little one? Or, oh, the statue. I wish. I wish. I think if you even touch that thing, they probably go into like, hey, you need to get out. Yeah, Zyla asked. I don't think Zyla's here. I actually did get one of these small ones, and I mailed it to her yesterday. Because I found out if I use PayPal to ship things, it's cheaper for me to ship internationally. Because shipping internationally is usually, like, a very painful process. I mean, because... God, I think the last time I sent something to her, it was just a plushie, and it was like... It was like $30 to ship a plushie, and I was like, there's gotta be a better way. Can I use it to send the postcards? Probably, actually. That might be the easier way, because I think I can put in or like more irregular postage formats in there. So that's probably what I'll do whenever I need to send Ellie stuff. Because I already found out I've got to send Ellie a bunch of small T-shirts so she does not die during the summer. Because Japanese summer is hot. Also, these are creepy as fuck. Like, listen. They're talking, but you can hear like all of the little mechanical movements in their little jerky faces. Yeah, it's just a little creepy. But they talk to each other. Yeah. Oh, and there's Ho-Oh letting Pikachu ride on his back. Lugia would never do that. Lugia would never allow for that kind of disrespect. They plot your death. And then there's this. I have no idea what the fuck this is. But apparently there's like a special wristband you could use to collect data, and I don't know. They looked really cool though. Like, at first I thought it was like poking, but it's not. It's like you're trying to catch them or something. And then there's a whole lot of Pikachu. You get Pikachu boxers, Pikachu bibs, blankets, and the slippers, and there's the starters, and also there's a lot of stuff. Link to Pokemon Go? Maybe. A lot of things are now. And then they had pouches and stuff. They even had like card mats and everything. Like, a lot of the stuff wasn't too... The prices aren't terrible, but you know. At the same time, the Pokemon centers are literally the only place you can buy a lot of this merch, so. And then they had the like handkerchiefs and stuff. I like how Pikachu is still just Pikachu, but in the Japanese stuff, Eevee is Eevee. Yeah, the kitchenware does look really nice. And then they have like little Tupperware and bento boxes and stuff. Backpacks, bags. They had a bunch of these booster packs. Like, a ton. Like, so many booster packs. More little figures and stuff. I'm not actually sure what the hell that... Oh, wait, no, this is... I think this might be the little thing. And then the weird, like, chunky ones, which are not very cheap. A lot of this stuff was not too cheap. And then trains. Trains. They like trains a lot in Japan. Could you tell they like trains? Okay, and that is the end of 317. So up to 318. 318 has a shitload of pictures because this is when we went to the Inari Shrine. 319 has 5 pictures. 320 has a bajillion, but that's also when we went to the park. And then 321 was the last day that I was there. And also I had only taken my camera for like part of it. It's the aesthetic we lost. Yeah, it's true. Like their trains and everything are really nice. It's 209 pictures and 11 videos in this folder. Yeah, this is us walking down. Oh, there's another little shrine to the side. Because this is the view from when we were leaving our Airbnb. Did you get... nah, we didn't see the Gundam statue. We were doing, like, other things. And I think the Gundam statue was a little bit further out from what Ellie was saying. Like, me and my brother probably could have made it out there, but one day was just kind of like a rest day, because that had been, like, day 8 of being there and constantly walking. And I was like, I need, like, a rest. Yeah, Odaiba's pretty far out, yeah. Well, Ellie, that's on the list for next time, then. Let's see. Yeah, this is the front of the shrine. They've got the Fox Spirit over there. Yeah, well, and the thing is, like I said before, Phoenix, this shrine has, like, literally, like, 1,000 steps. It's a lot of walking. And after this, like, there was constant walking, so my calves didn't really have any time to heal. Depends on where in Tokyo you're, but for you, Odaiba's pretty far out. You can't do incline walking. Yeah, like, and it's incline for fucking ever. And we got, like, to the halfway point, and they're like, oh, it's only, like, 30 more minutes, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, that's the big old gate to the shrine with the lanterns. And another gate leading to another part. Like, my calves are definitely going to be a lot stronger now once they finish healing from constant walking. This is a video. You love incline walking. You know, Panda, when I lose, like, the amount of weight that I really should lose, I'll probably be a lot better with incline walking. But walking up on an incline when your legs hurt than down? Well, you know what? Same, because Ellie, like, the problem that I had going down was my knees. It wasn't even really my calves. It was my fucking knees, because they were, like, already hurting. And, you know, going down steps, like, every time you take a step, you're like, oh, my knee. I remember now. She likes to rub it how healthy she is. Well, that's good. I'd prefer if she was healthy rather than not healthy. Like, I have a treadmill that I'm gonna make much more use of now. So, downhill, yeah. Another, oh god, this is such a good picture of this lantern too. No smoking though. Yeah, like that. Like I said, I can walk forever. Because you're unhealthy. No, I was talking about Panda, and you're... Well, I don't know. I'd say you're pretty healthy as long as you keep drinking your lemonade. Do you have plenty of lemonade, Ellie? Are you all good? They haven't sold out of that or anything? More shrine, more. There's a lot of pictures of like the gates and everything, but the architecture is just so nice. And the roofs and everything, and then this starts like the little alley full of food stalls. You see lots of skewered stuff and all that. I actually take a short video, and the guy who poses at the end is where I got kind of expensive takoyaki, but it was worth it. Yeah, is this more stuff? Is this guy right here? And I was just like, that's where we're getting something. That's where we're getting food. Because I was like, okay.
Probably go back there and get that.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that...
Yeah. Limited is not popular. I've only seen it sold out once. Okay, that's good. But yeah, there were so many different finger foods. They were all like $5, which is a bit overpriced, but okay. And then I was like, okay, time to take another video now that I got the takoyaki. And some people were like super, like that guy was like, yeah, and other people were just kind of like, eh. Big Kamen Rider energy, yeah. And they had like cream puff type things over there. And there's lots and lots of like different souvenir shops and stuff as well.
Like I said, it's gonna be really, really hot.
Yeah, it was hot going up there.
The inside is very hot.
I was very glad that I did not wear my jacket walking
Take a
up.
video so I can be like, look at all the things.
Yeah.
Plus, honestly, I have to get better at the whole taking videos and pictures of things.
I think I'm gonna take like all the little videos I took and make a compilation of them and then put that up on YouTube as well in the Japan Adventures playlist. Soft serve. We never got soft serve, Ellie. There's so many things that I said I was gonna do that I didn't do. I'm sorry. Lots of foxes.
That's what the NRA Shrine is all about.
Okay, and I apologize, Panda, but I didn't actually get any of those because this was like days before you said that you wanted fox stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have
I
all these
know.
pictures, so they'll have to believe me.
Yeah, they'll have to believe
If they
me.
don't believe me, then they're dumb. And yes, I did say that on a video that's going to get uploaded and unedited, so I'm not apologetic. What? I don't get paid for this.
My
Just doing
shirt
this to show
size.
people the wonders of Japan.
Yeah. God, how long is this video? Oh, this is like a 4-minute video. Well, whatever.
So
We're in it to
technically
win
we're
it,
going away
right?
From like where we're supposed to be going to get to the top, right? Do we go through the main temple and then go up, or is there a path around? Okay. But right now we're looking at things, and then the next video will be us walking forever. It will be great.
It wasn't great.
Everybody will get a bird's eye view because this is what I promised, but I did not deliver because
Oh yeah, you did get the chubby fox. I forgot about that. Oh. My shirt size is sorry. My shirt size is large to extra large.
live from this camera.
I usually get extra large, but at the same time, I'm gonna start
This
like
is just gonna- it has to
seriously
be
trying to work out
on the
more,
tablet
so
and then
large
upload
would
it
probably
to
work
YouTube
better.
Because I cannot put videos straight to my.
Yeah, oh, and they did have like little gotchas there. Okay, Panda, next time I'm gonna hit every gotcha that's got a fox, and you'll just have like a bag full of random fox things. Yeah.
Now we're gonna head.
If I get anything bigger than an XL, like that Star Bomb t-shirt I have,
Like the
is you know, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this short because that's a long video. But the Star Bomb t-shirt I have is like an XXL and it's gigantic on me. Like okay, and this is us taking the first steps, like not even like the real steps up. But there's so many like statues, like there's so much cool stuff. There's the architecture, the lanterns and stuff there. Okay, basically, we are here. And we have to go up and like this is not to scale, like in the fucking least, because this alone is like 30 minutes. It makes it look like you're just like, oh, it's easy. It's a lot. it's a lot of walking. When it gets warmer and less windy, you're gonna go climb Mount Takeo. Nice! Lots of pictures, Ellie. Does that take into account shirts shrinking in wash? Yeah. Especially if you get an XL, then I have nothing to worry about shirts shrinking. I feel like I always have like combo shirts. A 22-second video of us looking around. Oh, there's something up there. God, you know, I feel like I'm a fairly quiet breather, but this makes me feel like I'm not very quiet at all. Although I am like panting 90% of the video walking up. So you know what? Oh, hey, this another lantern. Wait, school starts up soon. You need to go soon. Wait, what? I thought school didn't start up until April, Ellie. Is it already time? April 13th. Oh, okay. I was just like, holy shit. Yeah, I was about to say, like, geez, don't scare me like that, Ellie. I get to bother you for a while yet. Well, you know, and not have you be at school for hours where I just, like, send you a message and then I'm like, wait, she can't actually answer. But yeah, okay, here's a better picture. So we go through the main gate. You go up, and there's like around. There's two different paths here. We took the right path going up, and you just keep going and going. What it doesn't show you is that like every once in a while there's a little like stop where you can get souvenirs and stuff like that along the way. And I am super thankful for those because after a while we needed to stop at like every one of those and like just be like, it's so far. Okay. There's another, a good shot of one of the temples. More stuff. Inside, we couldn't actually walk inside of there, but you can see inside the structure. Yeah. Oh, I think that's where they had like rental, or you might just be like shirts and stuff you could buy. We didn't really check a whole lot of the shops other than just wandering around that one alley. Another lantern. There's a lot of lanterns. What did I say? Oh no, I was just saying that it's like, now I won't be able to bother you, but I'm like, wait, that's only till April 13th. Where I'll say something and then I'll be like, wait, she's probably in school for a while. It's fine. Actually, do you have work today, though? And then more old building, and then it's like the contrast. You do? Okay. You can't imagine being out on break? Huh. Hello, friend. There were a lot of Fox statues. You're still in because you're online schooled? I mean, there's still stuff she has to do, but it's not like she no longer has to go in. Okay, this is a 30-minute video, so nope, that's already up on YouTube. This is a 12-minute video, and I'm like panting already. Okay, welcome to the top. Wow, we made it there in less than a minute. Like, there's a lot of people who still have to do like online courses or like their quizzes and stuff, so. But like full-on lessons and all that are not happening at this point for quite a few people. Yeah, it's so many shrines up top. Like, this is just one big area with different. So many Tori. So many. Started to say, oh yeah! It's spring break! Welcome to spring break, Ellie. You made it. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like flipping through this because there's a lot of just A lot of stuff. Like, so many Torian shrines and stuff. And then, yeah, because this is the very top. Yep, top of Mount Inari. And that just shows you, these are all of these little things. These are all shrines. Like, all of them. So many. And then this is a picture of the top. And then going back down. Like, that's the thing is, it's steps in Tori as far as the eye can see. Lots. And then you can see, like, down the side of the mountain and everything. Damn, play games, eat good food. Exactly. So, most of these pictures are us going down. And there's quite a few people still going up and down. And there's a lot of foreigners as well. You see just like them all lined up, and they all have names on them. And this is one of the like little rest areas. Fuck social distancing. You have stuff you want to explore. Exactly. This one's all mossy. I just like how they almost always come in pairs. See, oh yeah, and this is a sign, do not feed the monkeys. Don't mess with the monkeys. Never actually saw any monkeys on the way up or down, but apparently there are monkeys and boars and stuff. And you do not feed them. And then this is one of the ones just going down. Like, there's a lot of down. Everyone's seeming to at least try to... Yeah! I mean, honestly, in Japan, people were pretty good at keeping to themselves, but there's just sometimes, like, on trains and stuff, where you cannot do anything about that, because you are in a box. You know, yeah, with this many people, it's kind of hard to do so. And then, yeah, more trees. This is like looking down further, like it looped around to the left and then came out there. This is another one of the little kind of rest areas. It's just so much stuff. Oh yeah, and a little area that led to like a small waterfall. Oh, I guess not really. Oh, yeah, the little looks really nice over there. Like, there's a lot of like just nice little alcoves. Oh yeah, and I took a short video. Short video being like 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, and it's just leading down to a bucket.
With the water. And another Tory. There's lots of Tories.
There's lots of Tories.
There's a lot of Tories. There's Tories everywhere.
In case you guys are wondering. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's worse here, Phoenix, because people just don't give a shit. Like, I feel like the only time they actually practice it is when they go into the stores or something, and the employers are like, you need to fucking not. Like, I went to the post office last night. I dropped it all off inside of one of the, like, boxes, because they won't allow more than 6 people inside of the lobby area, and they want everybody to stay, like, far apart. So I'm still going, if I need to use the post office, I go in the middle of the night, put all my stuff in there, and leave. Give up the idea at 90%, and they were like, yeah, nah, let's just chuck a bucket in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then exit to station, main shrine. They had like the little guideposts. This area actually, this is a little tea house area where they were serving tea. Because people, yeah, that's the thing. Like, and that's what happens, like, in any case. If you are told to do something and you don't do it and it makes things worse, then they're going to crack down. Everybody's like, the government's overstepping its bounds, or they can't tell me what to do. And it's like, no, in this kind of case, they can. That's the whole... They're trying to protect you. I mean, kind of. They're also trying to still make money. But you can't make money if everybody's dead, so they're going to try to keep people alive. And then another Neko-chan. This one was on a roof. Just sleeping on a roof, and then when everybody was like walking down, he was just like, nope, I'm gonna go. Just like, hup, hup. The cases and the people flock to parks. Yeah, and it's like, that's dumb. Don't rebel against a disease. They want to keep you alive from the virus because they want to milk money. Exactly. Exactly. More shrines. More Tori. We're still going down. Oh, and another little area. Oh, this is about a minute long. Oh. I don't know why it was so jarring there. And then cars. Randomly cars. But this is a little area that had a lot of, like, the Zodiac statues and stuff.
A whole bunch of shrines at the base of the mountain. With all kinds of different creatures.
And just so you know, the reason why I'm so quiet in a lot of these videos is because I don't want to talk loudly. Because honestly, Japan is a fairly quiet place overall. Like when you're walking around and stuff. And especially like on trains, you're supposed to silence your cell phones. You're not really supposed to talk. Like just to be considerate of other people. So that's why I didn't like the idea of actually like vlogging. Because a lot of people when they vlog, they're really fucking loud and obnoxious. And I'm just like, this seems like a terrible place to do that.
More stuff. Right.
Wall Street. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I saw that, Phoenix, and I was like, wow, yeah. Yeah, let's reduce this to the bare minimum and hope that everybody can just go back to work and be fine. There's a dragon. That's me. More lanterns. Another big old statue. And that was it. All right, and yeah, more of the stalls because I took more pictures on the way down. Wieners on a stick. Wagyu beef. I mean, I just realized it's kind of expensive. But I mean, it is Wagyu beef. People are some. Yeah, exactly. No. You're okay, Phoenix. Like, apparently there was one. There's one Texas senator who was all like, yeah, well, the old people should be willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of the economy and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, that's a terrible thing to say. Good fucking job. Okay, but that was crab. This is fried noodles over here. Oh god, it looks like the guy's giving me the stink eye. I'm sorry I didn't buy from your stall. We were... Oh yeah, so many lucky cats. So many lucky cats. And then more foxes. That's what I'll get you next time, Panda. We'll get you lucky cats and foxes. The best of both worlds. Yeah, and then they had like a lot of like confections and stuff like that. Like a lot of this stuff you'd see on the other video, so. Oh god. Is it Twitch or me? Fucking. Okay, we're back for now. God damn, it is being really bad today. I've only been live for 2 hours, and we've already gone offline twice. That's pretty bad. Well, we're back now at least. Ugh. I guess everybody wanted to stream at night or something because, my gosh. Yeah, let's turn that off. Anyway, it's scrubbed right here. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, it's kind of important that people know these kind of things anyway. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff I heard while I was in Japan where I was like scratching my head like, are you fucking kidding me? More people streaming and watching, yeah. Oh, and then there's, yes, there's taiyaki. I had some of that with Ellie and it was delicious. Just a second, guys. We're back up now. As I think it turned out, my roommate also he had to reset the router because of the fact that the internet's been kind of choppy lately. Like since we swapped equipment, it's been a little awkward, which is dumb because the equipment we have is all like new, but yeah. Okay. Oh, grilled curry rice noodles, fried chicken. That's a lot of good stuff. You can sit on. Oh yeah. Also, this is another thing about Japan that's a little different from here. Most food places, especially in like the city areas, have the sitting area on the second floor. Like you'll get your food on the bottom and then you walk up the stairs and there's actual, like me and Ellie went to a Starbucks like that. Oh yeah, and then there's like little bentos and sushi rolls, snacks, the train. Oh yeah, there are also there are vending machines all over the place in Japan. Not quite there in Kyoto, they're a little bit more spread out. In Tokyo, they're literally like every street corner. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, this is actually the train that we took to get back. Oh yeah, and like I said earlier, like this card, this Passmo card, this has a little chip in it, and you see these little blue lit up areas on the little turnstile. With these, you can actually you just put it over. I actually kept it in my wallet the whole time because as long as there's like nothing in the way, you can actually just like I put it in my wallet and I'd pull out my wallet and just like scan it over. And it scans, and on the other side right here, a screen lights up and it tells you what your balance is and how much it costs to get on that train. So it's pretty amazing. We need to mod. I know, like that's the thing I kept saying over there, Phoenix, is like the US's infrastructure with that kind of stuff sucks. It fucking sucks. Like we are stuck so far in the past, and like they keep fixing roads and stuff, but we really could use like a better form of transportation. But I mean, in Texas they were talking about making like a railroad line that goes from like Houston to Dallas or Houston to Austin to something like that, which would be awesome. But I feel like they're just gonna say it and then it's never gonna happen. So, which happens a lot. Yeah, and then this is just a picture of the railroad going down and around. Like, this is what you think of when you think of like Japan railways, just like a little station, people and chairs just kind of hanging out waiting for the next train to show up. And then I took a picture of the other side because that's the little crosswalk we went over, and they do have the little barriers that come down when the train's coming. And we got over to a new area. We're up high, pretty high on a bridge, and there's just like a big old waterway leading down with paths on either side. And you can see a lot of people were wearing yukata on. Like in Kyoto, it's a lot more common. I mean, people were wearing some of that stuff in Tokyo, but in Kyoto, it's yeah, traditional dress is a lot bigger. And then this is the other side of the roadway. The subway is extensive, so behind just make faulty system that cheats. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, and then there's like a smaller river that runs alongside up higher. It's pretty amazing seeing this. And then there was this like old this building kind of stood out to me because the architecture is like different. It's more European. Why is this video sideways? Oh yeah, because I wanted to capture. Sorry guys, just turn your head. Everything's okay. Yeah, you see, yeah, it's fine. More of that. Oh yeah, because this was like a Chinese restaurant, but the architecture just seemed a little out of place. And then yeah, and everywhere there's the little cross symbols like this, and this is an older place, so it doesn't have it, but they usually have like a little red or green ticker depending on whether you're waiting or going that slowly counts down. Tilted your laptop. And then this is going down to the station. That's the other thing. Subway stations, train stations in Japan vary from 2 to 5 basement floors. Like, it's pretty crazy, like, how far down you go sometimes to get to it. Here's one of the platforms, a very blurry picture. And then this is inside this is one of the nicer trains. Like, usually the seats are just on the side, but this one actually had seats, like facing each other and everything. That's kind of scary. What how deep underground they are? Yeah, like most of the time it's on the basement third floor for us when we went there. There's another picture. Yeah, fancy seating. It was a very empty train, this one. And we got off at this station, which I think this is what led us to the bamboo forest in the gardens. Arashiyama. Still a smaller station, like Shinjuku and Tokyo and Roppongi stations are pretty fucking huge. Like, those are the ones that have, like, basements and sub-basements because they lead out to multiple train lines, whereas most places only lead out to, like, 2 train lines. Because you'll have stops that lead you to another stop. And like I said, there's a lot of people wearing traditional clothing around this area. Walking. Oh yeah, and I took some panoramas of the area. Like, I like panoramas on my phone camera are pretty good, but I like how they look on my actual camera. They look a lot more like flat rather than like on the phone camera. It's very curved and it kind of throws people off. But yeah, that was the station we came out of. There's a coffee shop, some apartments and stuff over there. And then this is like there's a lot of mountains close up. And then there's the station we just came from. Matsuo Taisha. A lot of different places. And then here's another shot around the area we were at. Yeah, this one was supposed to be like this one does panoramas like up and down too, but if you stop the panorama halfway, there's like a blank spot that shows up. Instead of it like cutting it off at that point, it just makes the whole picture, but part of it is like missing. So I'll have to like edit that out later. And then this road leading down through the trees. We actually ended up going this way across this bridge to a park. There was a little, like, stream. Well, I guess it's more like a river than a stream. But yeah, they have the little waterfalls at intervals leading out to here. There weren't actually any fish on this one. And this is another panorama. This is actually this is a pretty good shot, actually, of the river and the mountainside and everything in this park area that we went through. River. This is another up and down one, which is why the water looks a little strange right there. Like the ripple effect is a little weird, but it always gets kind of weird when you do panoramas and there's stuff moving. Like on my phone, there's a couple of panoramas I have of like people walking, so they just like stretch across the screen. It looks really silly. Yeah, then there's this river here. There were a lot of people and kids and all that hanging out. Another panorama of the water side. And then this was at the side as well. I feel like this was I don't know if this was supposed to spin or not, but. And then there's some construction equipment because they were doing stuff. But yeah, and this is from the bridge side. Like, this is a pretty extensive river. And then there were ducks. Because always ducks. Always with the ducks. And other birds. Those aren't ducks. And then now, like, it got fucking crowded as shit going down this road, as you can see. Like, these are all people. Like, so many people. A lot of people in yukatas and other things. Like, we got to a point where my mom was like, can we go down a side street? Because there are way too many people. Yes. So we kept walking. You see people just eating. There's lots of food stands and stuff around. Another little food stand there. Stuff over there. Taxi. I think this is where we ended up walking down, because yeah, this led down to the a garden area. Oh yeah, because this was a much quieter area where there's a few different like houses and stuff. And these are places like you can walk up to the front, but these signs said do not enter because these are actually properties being used by people. So I got like, yeah, keep out, all tourists, no trespassing. I got up to see the garden. They have some like beautiful gardens in there. But yeah, there's just so much awesome stuff. Like I was at least respectful. I didn't go inside, of course, because fuck that. I'm not going to trespass. I don't want to be locked up abroad. They had like little bamboo gates and just all the different trees and everything, and the little doors where they greet you at. Yeah, and then this is actually going into a large like temple area, which also had a garden, and we ended up going through both of those. Oh, and a nice statue. We have so many good statues. A little shrine. Big old stone. More. That was the that's the entrance right there, I believe. Yep. And this is inside. And I actually took a video of the of a tour of the inside. Like there's tatami mats like leading all around, and you had to take your shoes off to go in here. I didn't show a picture of that, but there's an area where everybody has their shoes off, and then it felt really nice to walk around without our shoes on over here. But yeah, that's the garden area outside. Oh, I took a whole bunch of pictures of that. It's like hanging out. There's a little drawing over there. We're inside one of the areas. And that says, do not step on there. This is like a little sacred area. So. But yeah, it was, and don't lie down. They didn't want you lying down. Oh shit, Lancer. Hey, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I'm sorry, I don't have my alerts on right now while I'm running through the pictures and stuff. But how are you doing? How was your stream? Also, welcome, Poke Girl. How are you doing? What's going on, Mario Punch? Thanks. It feels really good to be back. Like, as much fun as I had over there, I gotta say, the worst part was the trip back. Because that was like 20 hours of travel. We had like a 2-hour delay in Colorado. And I was like falling asleep because I had just been on a 10-hour plane ride from Japan. So I'm like sitting there playing my DS, trying not to fall asleep. As soon as I got on that plane, I fucking passed out. So I'm doing great. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I know it's been fucking crazy the past few weeks because of current events and all that, but I hope everybody's holding out okay. Try to call, right? Yeah, I was getting hot there. No, Lancer, I live in Texas where the weeds are illegal, so I would never indulge in such in such sinful greenery. You're great. Glad to hear it, Mario. Oh man, but Mario Kart, yeah, shit. God, I know one of the things I want to get on is the Animal Crossing, but I have a copy of it, but it's with my friend because they bought it for me while I was away, and we still haven't figured out a time to meet up. My roommates messed around with the internet, so I need to actually get my Switch hooked back up so I can update everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just got the game today too. Nice. Yeah, because I've been hearing such good things about it. Like, in seeing people playing it and how much. I'm so glad that seriously, it showing up right now was probably about the best thing that could happen. Because a lot of people are like really depressed because of the social distancing and isolation and all that, but it's just something we have to get through is all. You're gonna get it too? Okay, cool. Yeah, eventually. Hopefully I can meet up with my friend tomorrow. We'll see. I slept a lot of today because I have horrible jet lag, but yeah. Hey, what's going on, Eagles? How are you doing?
Alright.
Oh shit. Okay, well that's a long ass video of me walking around there, so we're gonna skip that for now. That's already up on YouTube, so. Thank you so much for the follow, Eagles. You pick up line, hey girl, I'm gonna social distance the fuck out of you. Exactly. That. Just a second, guys. Oh. Starting to sleepy. No, it was good to see you too, Pen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like I said, I've got stuff that I'm going to send you. I just have to like get it packaged up, and I'll probably send it tomorrow actually, because I got a couple other things I got to do. I just, thankfully, even though we have a shelter-in-place directive at our place, I went out to the post office at like 3 in the morning just to avoid people, and nobody pulled me over. So I think as long as I'm being safe, and they don't really care. Yeah, no problem. But thank you for being here, Pin, and I'm glad that you guys are holding out okay so far. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, just so everybody knows, I didn't post a whole lot of the trip on Twitter because Twitter has super fucking stringent, like, image. Like, you can only put either 4 pictures or 1 video, which I think is really dumb. I mean, they should at least be like Instagram where you can have 10 of each, but maybe they just, I don't know. Maybe their servers can't handle it. Who knows? But on YouTube, I do have a specific playlist for my Japan trip that has a few videos. I am going to make a compilation of all of the smaller videos that I do not have up on there, and I will put that out at some point. Also, this stream, I'm probably going to cut a little bit out, like the little areas where I had to talk to my roommate about stuff and all that. And I'll probably throw this stream up as well, just so people can see the whole thing. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. Yeah, if possible, yeah, because once I get, I'm at like 56 or 57 subs. Once I get to 100, I'll be able to make a custom URL, which will make things a lot easier. But yeah, definitely, like, it's, not only do I have the Japan trip, I have most of my previous VODs up on there. A few of them I got rid of if they were really old and not very good quality, but I'm working on getting more VODs up each day. Because YouTube's basically where I'm going to archive all of my older stuff and also try to make new stuff as well. Like this vlogging thing is kind of new. This is also the very first time I've traveled internationally. I know, it's crazy. I'm 31 years old, and this is the first time I've gone outside of the country, but it just, I never really had, like, the opportunity before, and I never had a passport. Like, once you get your passport, things seem a lot more accessible, because without it, obviously, you can't go fucking anywhere, except inside the United States, and, you know, while there's a lot to see inside the United States, there's also a lot of really crazy awesome stuff to see outside, so. Alright, so we're gonna keep going. So this is, now, I took like a 12 to 13 minute video of me inside the inside of this large building, like going around. So I don't know if this is officially a castle or anything like that. I don't want to like misname things. But yeah, on my YouTube I have a video of that. But all the rest of these pictures are going to be outside of the garden area, and you can see this is an area where you shouldn't be walking because they've raked all of the gravel and sand like into the concentric circles and lines and all that. And it's really cool to see. There, I took a close-up of it. And then they've got like some, like the nicely cut trees and everything. And like the tile, you can see some of the moss on the tile roofing. I really like the way it looks though. It's pretty awesome. Like the upkeep was very good on all of this. And then you've got some of the buds starting to show on the trees here. And there's a pond in the middle that also had fish. Like you can see there's a shadow of one. There were a few more over there. I think I got a good picture of it, but yeah. And then there's the mountain in the background and a bunch of different trees. But there were some blossoming ones further on in. And I took another panorama of like more of the mountainy area. Like the landscapes and everything are beautiful. And then there's like this little island here with some stone slabs and stuff in the middle of the little lake. A nice lantern. More of this area. That's a different lantern actually, but you can see some of the cherry blossoms and stuff. Oh, Miracle sounds really good, man. Pretzel has been like pulling out some really fucking good music today. Jesus, I usually don't use Pretzel just because I'm playing games, and if I'm playing games, I just go with whatever the game music is. But Pretzel has some good stuff. Yeah, and this is, we walked up a little ways. You can see the blossoms down there and the trees looking down at the building. Another panorama of this area. See the blossoms a little better. I take closer pictures. And then the next day we go to a park that has like a fucking ton of them. And then this is coming up on the bamboo forest, which is a very large area of a ton of super tall bamboo. And then there was this little pond with like some frogs and a lot of pocket change in there. Well, all of the silver ones you see, I think, are... Well, those might be single yen coins, are also 100 yen. The single yen coins are basically little aluminum discs, like they're super light. And then 50 yen and 5 yen pieces have like the little hole in the middle. 10 yen pieces, I actually have a bunch of those, are the copper looking pieces. And then 100 yen are, yeah, like the shiny ones, and then 500 are like big old discs. And then after that, you've got the bills for the 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, all that. But yeah, this is the whole little area. And then yeah, I got a close-up of some of the blossoms. They look really pretty. It was still a little early for them to all be bloomed, but come April they should be like full on everywhere. But the cherry blossoms are very pretty, and actually in the park we went to, there were enough of them that they were indeed, like, whenever the wind would blow, a few of them would like flutter down. I was just like, man, this is pretty amazing. Okay, another panorama shot of us going closer to the bamboo forest. And now here's the first shot of us going through. And like I said, there's people wearing traditional dress, and this girl had one of the fox masks. But yeah, these things are tall as fuck. Such pretty. Yeah, I know. It's it was really great. Like I said, there's gonna be more pictures of those for the next day. And there's my brother taking a picture in the top of my mom's head as we're walking through. Like there's little brush on the fence to keep people from going through. And then this place is actually really big. We only saw like a small portion of the bamboo forest before we started heading back to our Airbnb. And it's so cool seeing all this giant bamboo. Like in Hawaii, there's a park where there's a whole lot of giant like yellow bamboo, actually, but not nearly as dense as this area. And then this was another garden we could go to, but it was like 1,500 yen per person. And we were like, yeah, we're just gonna go back around. Oh yeah, and then there was like a really nice tree. We actually didn't go down this way because the station was to the left, but I at least got a bit of a close-up of it, and it's just so many flowers on there. Video, can you drop it in chat? Yeah, you should be. Here, let me make sure. Yeah, you can drop a video. You're a regular, so I actually have a video right here. How long is this? This is 2 minutes long. I'll probably cut it a bit short, but this is me like looking around at the... I'm sorry, I'm really bad with videos and being like stable. Also, like I said, anytime I take a video like this when I was in Japan, I was very quiet because most people were, it was like a low murmur. But yeah, the bamboo is like very tall. But I tried my best to like keep from like looking down at the people coming by, you know. Yeah, let's see.
The strangest window.
Damn, this window. Wait, is he holding that at an angle? Oh, it's like an optical illusion type thing. Whoa. Just looking at that is like really weird. Oh, God, that's freaky as fuck. I'll definitely have to, I'm gonna keep that up so I can I can look at it, or I can watch it with the sound and everything, but that is fucking weird shit. Like, an optical illusions like that always get me. Like, when it's just cut a certain way, like, and it looks like it's at an angle when it's not actually. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, and we passed by more. It gets weirder. Oh, shit. We passed by another food stand. I think we actually got stuff at this one. There was a lot of different skewered foods. Crab and all that. Watch what happened to me. It has a pen. Oh, God. Let's see. Yeah, this is all going. And there's another shrine. This has, like, a ton of little, like, Jizo statues and like, so much. Like, I just love how much, like, detail there's all in the little, like, piles of stones and stuff like that. Oh my god, it really is, like, it's amazing looking around and seeing this in the middle of, like, a bunch of modern buildings. Oh, I think this is actually the last photo from that day. Yeah, and then there's 319 and 320. We'll look at 319 really quick, and then 321 is just, like, the last few before. You can speak the language, you'd so go there. Honestly, I know very, very little Japanese, and it's pretty much anything I learned from anime, like, you know, saying hello or thank you and all that. My friend Ellie actually, she actually lives there, and she's learning, so she's got a better grasp than me, and there's a few times when we went to order food where she was like, do you want me to order? And I was like, yes, please. And if you could afford it, if it wasn't during a yeah. Like, Poke Girl, honestly, I would say, like, once things are all done, it's all good, like, I would highly recommend it for anybody. Like, the biggest thing for me was getting my passport, just because I always thought it was a much, like, harder process. It's really not. Like, once you fill it, like you can fill in a form, go into the post office, and have them take the picture, and then after that, they took care of everything. And I was like, okay, granted, it's not cheap. Like, no matter what you do, it's like $150 to $200 for the passport, depending on if you get it expedited. But the thing also lasts 10 years, so I was like, I just need to fucking do it. And I did it, and, like, just having that makes things seem like so much more accessible, because you know you can at least, you have the ability to go places now, you know, that you couldn't before. And then this is just like one of the regular train stations. Just so you know, like, you speak a little bit of Spanish? Yeah. I learned a bit of Spanish through school. School Spanish is probably the worst way to learn Spanish, though. I'm speaking in a few minutes. Yeah. So, yeah. They do also, almost every place has, like, English menus and stuff like that. So, they're very accommodating. That is one of the big things. Like, whereas in America, if you don't understand English, a lot of the times, people are just going to be fucking rude as shit to you. But in Japan, they, you know, they're very helpful and very patient. You already have your passport? Nice. Then you're already one step closer. You probably make a fool of myself. Yeah. No, they're, like I said, they're pretty helpful with a lot of things. And generally, like, hotels and stuff like that are almost always going to have staff that know enough English to help you through the process and all that. You got your passport due to canceled school trip. Oh, no! Oh, I'm sorry, Poke Girl. I know Ellie had to deal with the same kind of thing. It sucks when, like, a lot of people had that. Like, I understand why they did it. You know, it's not like I'm being it's like people who get mad when, like, the cons and stuff got shut down, and it's like, look, that is a hot spot to get sick normally, but especially in a pandemic, like, I can understand why they did it. Yeah. Oh, it was oh no, I want to go to Italy once everything's all over, because I have a friend that lives there, and also I've always wanted to go to Italy. That's been one of the places on the list other than Japan. So yeah. It's canceled before. Oh, wait, really? Huh. Damn. But yeah, also, as I was saying before, like, the train stations and also, like, these green bumps, And the green, these yellow like lines and bumps, these are they're everywhere in Tokyo because they're basically kind of a reminder to stay on one side or the other. Like it's pretty crazy. Like they're all over the place. Like here it's basically denoting to stay on that side because the train's gonna come through there. Like a lot of the major stations actually have gates that open up. Here does not. So it's like, don't go over that line. Okay, and then that's there's the 5 pictures from that day. Now, this is when we go to the park, and this is where you guys are gonna see a lot of flowers and trees. So this is us walking to one of the major parks in Tokyo, actually. Yeah, the Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden map, and it's gigantic. It's very, very large. And thankfully today was a free park day, which, if you ask Allie, I'm terrible at giving directions, and she's not wrong. And I probably should have told her it was a free park day as well, because she had to walk around this place. But I did my best. Considering I've never been in Japan before, I think I did somewhat okay. And we still met up at later. But yeah, the south area is the cherry tree area, but there's lots of blossoms all over the place. But this place is really big. You go in and there's just a lot of different plants everywhere, and you can see some of the blossoms already from here. And then I took a picture of my shadow and my mom's shadow because it's artistic to take pictures of your shadow. Also, that's my foot. And you can kind of see my beard from there. But yeah, you can tell, like, there was a lot of people at the park. Lots of children, their parents. And it's kind of funny, like, you can see the buildings peeking over top, but in many parts of this park, it just feels like its own place. I mean, granted, it is its own place, but it makes you forget that you're in the middle of a giant, like, metropolitan area. Like, just walking through the trees, the canopies and all that. It's very quiet because of all of the different leaves and all the vegetation. Yeah, and then there's different gates. Like, we came in through the Sendagaya gate, and then there's the Shinjuku gate that leads out closer to the station, I believe. Oh yeah, and then they also have, like, places where you can change a baby, restrooms, stuff like that. And then here's some of the blossoms. And then there's a lot more you see, like, kind of around in the main area. Lots of people taking pictures. More flowering trees. Like, it's just, it's crazy. Once they're in full bloom, it's just like a whole wall of flowers. And there were a lot of, like, lower hanging ones where people were taking photo ops and stuff. And then there's a nice little lake area going in the middle of everything. And you can see the blossoms, like, gathering on the surface of the water. It wasn't too windy that day. Oh yeah, here's a really good shot. I think that the darker ones are actually, I think my mom said that those are plum trees, whereas the cherry trees are the ones with the lighter color. But they're still all very nice blossoms. Oh god. Okay, this is a video, because it's taking a second. Oh yeah, this is a video of both the different types. How long is this video? Oh, it's only 16 seconds. That's not too bad. Yeah, and then another closer picture of that. It's kind of cool seeing that with the backdrop of the buildings. And then this cool little, like, garden area where they have a bunch of different flowers and stuff in the middle of this bush area. Take a few pictures of that from different angles. Just like the variation of the colors and all that. Like, it looked really good. And like I said, all these trees weren't even in full bloom yet, but there were still quite a few. Like, this was one of the very low-hanging ones. I got a close-up of those guys blooming. So many flower pictures. I think this one's actually a short video. No, it's just blurry. It's just blurry. I was using manuals, the manual focus, so some of the pictures weren't perfect because I was like moving. Again, I keep smacking my microphone. But yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of like Sakura flavored stuff because cherry blossoms are happening, so cherry blossoms are everywhere. And then yeah, you see like it leads out into the city again. And then this was a nice and low-hanging one that everybody was hanging around. More trees. So many different types of trees and blooms and stuff. And then this like big open air, and the grass is so like soft. It's really nice. Like here in Texas, most of their grass is like really shitty unless you get like special like Bermuda grass or like the turf like put down, but that stuff is expensive. I don't even understand why people try to grow grass in Texas because it gets so hot, everything like dies during summer unless it rains. But yeah, so many people around, buildings sticking up through the trees. It's just, you know, and it's funny because in the face of everything that's been going on, it was just, it was like nothing, it was like nothing was happening. It's like everything was fine. Because everybody was just out doing their thing. The only difference was that like more people wearing masks, really. Oh yeah, and then I took a couple of pictures of this little bud guy. And more flowers. It's just so much. It kind of sucked because at the north end of this place, there's this big, awesome looking greenhouse, but we were not able to go inside because, you know, most places that involved like a lot of people in a smaller space were closed off, which made sense. Like we wanted to go to the aquarium, and it said it was open, but it closed like the day after. And the Studio Ghibli Museum was actually very close to this area, but that was also like there's a few places that are closed until about April or a little bit into April for obvious reasons. So like I wasn't really like too torn up about it because it makes sense, but it still was kind of like, dang, we could have seen otters. And then these, I like how these flowers have like the little purple like tips on their petals. Like there's just so many like different colors and variations of things. It's really crazy. Like granted, we get flowers and stuff in Texas, but not like, I don't know, I feel like the variation is very limited. I mean, blue bonnets are cool, but when you've seen blue bonnets for 25 years, they're still fucking blue bonnets, you know? They don't really change very much. They're blue and tall, and they're cool and all, but I wouldn't say they're the best flower. Yeah, and these are like a purplish variation of the other ones, like in just carpeting the ground. And then more snacks and stuff. For actually not too bad, not too much. Like the prices weren't horrible. And then this bridge to nowhere, because there's a little sign and a fence over there. And then a big old torch over there. Yeah, and more blossoms. You can see them floating on the surface. And then this tree was like full bloom. Like, oh man. There's just so many nice things. This one was just about touching the water. You can see the reflections. Sorry, this turned from like cityscapes into fucking flowers galore, but this is what happens when I go through a garden. Like so many blooms. And then I know we left here. Yeah, I was like, look at the building through everything though. More trees. Oh yeah, and this is when we left the garden, we went down to the Meiji Shrine. So this is one of the plaques outside. And then there's the big old map of it. We were, where are we? Actually, I I don't remember where we were. We were at one of the entrances. Oh yeah, and then the rules for the place, you know. Don't be loud. Don't bring huge groups. This big old gate leading in. They started going down, and it's... The middle part is actually all gravel, and then the right and left side are like paved paths with torches at intervals, as you can see, with torches, lanterns. And just like a big old canopy of trees all the way down. Oh, I think this is a video. No, it's just blurry. Like, sometimes I'm like, it's a video because it's gonna start moving. Nah, I was moving too much. Just a lot of walking down, and then we hit like this area, which leads to the main shrine. The gate leading into there. You see, God, it's just so pretty, and they've got, I think they painted it all white to make it a little bit more visible. No sitting on this stuff. Also, no food inside. And they have lights that come on at night. I know, Ellie came here she came here for New Year's, and I saw pictures that she sent. She's like, yeah, it was really pretty, but it was also really dark. I'm like, well, now we can see everything. Like, these big-ass trees, and that's the main actual temple area. We didn't really go inside of there, though, because I was like, well, let's go back to the garden area. Then the hanging lanterns. Just so many, like, small details that are so nice. So, like, little gold embossing and stuff like that, and people going up. Stuff outside. And then we start our walk towards the other exit. And then we're back to the garden. This is a big ol' open area with the tower in the background. And I think that, I'm not sure what that place was. I think there were some private residences like nearby. It's like no vehicles. We were taking kind of like a back road. Flag over there, more trees. I think there was water side down further. They took another panorama. Just so many trees. Oh, another picture of that through the trees. And then the reflections on the water. There's actually, they're actually turtles. You will see them in a minute because I'm pretty sure they're in this area. Hey V, how are you doing today? Welcome on in. I can't believe that I'm on my third. I was like, oh, this is gonna take a couple hours. No, we're on hour 3, V, of me showing pictures. So, yeah. But yeah, the water was so clear and so nice. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Here's a very blurry picture of Turtle Ass because I couldn't. He was swimming kind of fast, and I was like, and then I was just like, just take the picture. You have to watch the VOD. Yeah, and I'm gonna put it up on YouTube as well. Oh yeah, see how clear the fucking water is. I'm actually I really like this shot. This is a pretty good shot, I'd say. You can see all the little details on his shell. No, I hope you're doing okay today. And then there were a lot of basking ones. It was hard for me to tell if this was bright enough or not because the sun was like in my eyes while I was taking the picture, but this looks pretty good. Like my mom was like, are they mating? And I'm like, no, Mom, they're just basking. This is what they do. They pile on each other under the sun. Yeah, this one's a little overexposed, but that's fine. You see them just hanging out. I took a lot of pictures of them, and then there's more turtles. That one's kind of blurry. There's more over here, and these are like the different, like those African like long neck turtles or whatever. Oh, your ASMR word of choice. Well, it's more like a sentence, but I'll let it pass. But your ASMR word of choice, V, is basking in the sun. Just like these turtles. Look at them. They're so happy. Actually, I think I like the second picture a little better because it's less blurry. Look at them! I love turtles, their little claws. They hit you just right. Well, I'm glad, V. I am here to make you happy. Also, I've been having a lot of fun, like, with this. There's a ton of turtles basking and just... the water goes on, like, forever. Oh, yeah! And then there were goji berries, which... Allie was like, I think those are goji berries. And they were like, let's check. And they were. And she was like, yes! And I was like, dang. We got ourselves a regular botanist here. Are they edible? I don't think we're supposed to eat them just straight up. Also, that's a terrible picture of them. But goji berries are used in a lot of different things, so they're probably edible. I think they just frown upon us grabbing ones at the shrine area or in the gardens. Like there were actually a lot of trees with oranges. But yeah, gojis are edible. Unfortunately, Poker Girl, I don't have any bananas because due to current events, people are being kind of dumb at the supermarkets and buying like everything. So thankfully, I've got plenty of food at home, like that I had from before I even left on my trip, like frozen stuff. But certain commodities are going to be a little odd to get. I might try going to the store early tomorrow, though. But yeah, like, and you can, like I said, like that was one of the other things about like this park, like. A lot of other places, like trains and stuff, people wearing masks. Like, there are almost no people wearing masks here. There's just people enjoying, like, their time out and everything. You know. Still keeping their distance from, like, other people and all that, but for the most part, like, it felt like a whole different time, you know? Like, nothing was really going on. Oh, that's a good picture. Should probably disable banana time for the time being. This true. Well, nobody's tried to yet, but oh, good. Oh, what is banana time? Wait. Banana? Oh, you didn't know about banana time, Poker Girl. I thought you were. No, wait, that was. I think that was a couple other ladies from Lancer's stream that I might have scared away forever, or they didn't seem to care. You have the points. We figure you just go. Yeah. Okay, basically, Poker Girl, banana time is me. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is me eating a banana on stream with the volume on my mic turned all the way up so you can hear, like... So I have to, like, whisper and stuff. It's... yeah. That's a thing that exists. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do, huh? Wait, what happened? Oh, I had a gift sub that expired, and I was like, what? Why am I getting stuff? Creator dashboard, open. So yeah, I actually have a, I actually have a 30-minute video. Not 30, what am I talking about? It's an hour-long video, I think, of compilation of me doing banana time. That's as unique as ASMR yodeling. Oh god, I've never heard of that one. But yeah, it basically I talk, and there's a few times where I sang like songs, or I like, people are like, can you like do this? And I'm like, okay, and I'd be talking like while doing it. It's yeah. Okay, let me see. Manage requests. Wait, no. Edit rewards. There we go. Manage rewards. So ASMR banana time, we're gonna turn that off for now. I already know how smart cost works. Don't tell me what to do. Maybe I can mess with it. I'm sorry, there's a lot going on. Okay, I think that should do it. Hup. Oh, you just made it. Oh, well, you know what? Seriously, on Twitch, Poker Girl, anything goes. So I'd believe you if you told me just about anything. At least anything that's not pornographic, because then that goes into chatterbait territory. Not that I know anything about those people and the things that they do, either alone or with friends. Okay, and then this is a pretty good picture too. Yeah, this is the greenhouse. It looks fucking amazing, and look how big like the plants are inside of it and stuff. But we could not go in there because it was closed due to you know, the coronavirus and all that. So, but it looks pretty amazing. Like, definitely next time I go, that's a place I'd want to check out. There's a lot of things I want to check out next time. So if you said you were an Octorok, I believe you. I mean, I'd be pretty impressed because I don't know how you're typing with like those little tentacle things they have, but I mean, I'd also be kind of like flattered. You know, if other species want to watch me too, that's cool. I'm down with that. This is nice looking. Yes. But I mean, if you identify as an Octorok, Poke Girl, I fully support you in all your endeavors. I mean, there's no way to prove. Yeah, this is true. Unless you like sent me a picture. And then I sound kind of weird because I'll be like, send me a picture to prove, slide into my DMs and prove it. And then other people are like, whoa, you can't just tell that to people. And I'm like, you know what? That does sound kind of weird. I take it back. You identify as a human? I do too. Well, usually. Sometimes I wonder because humans can be horrible creatures. Oh shit, and that's the end of that. And so these are the last pictures. There's 14, and this is from when me, Ellie, and my family, or it just might have been me and Ellie. No, I think it was me, Ellie, and my brother. We were going to we went back to Shinjuku to check out a market area. I think? I can't remember. Sample the first Banana Time, which is much shorter. Oh yeah, because that's actually a clip. Yeah, the other, like I said, the compilation is very long, and I have to make another one soon because I've had a lot of bananas since then. But when a lot of people think Japan, this is probably what they think. Like Tokyo, Japan is like lights, this long like corridor of freaking oh god, of shops and food and stuff. Oh no, this is not Shinjuku. This is the Nakano Broadway. And they had a lot of different like this is where they had a lot of cheap figures and stuff. Also Pt.1. Yes. Where this famous Frank Gervais Z emote comes from. Look about Sino, you don't identify as a human. Well, that's okay. You know what? Humans and bots should be able to live together. Oh yeah! Holy cow, I can scream! Yeah, these are a lot of like old like US toys and stuff. Of course, the thing is, this is one of the areas where I was not supposed to take pictures, but I didn't realize it until after the fact. Well, I don't know if this was one of the shops with like a no picture sign, but there's literally a picture because I took some pictures inside the One Piece place until I figured out I couldn't because there's a picture with the poster saying do not take pictures in here, and I was like, fuck. But thankfully they didn't kick me out. I was just like, I can't. Oh, it's like I like taking pictures, but you gotta remember to obey the rules. And then there's this area. Like all of the lit signs and everything. That's really what you'd expect. Where was that poster? It was actually on most of the glass, which is why I don't really have any pictures on my camera, because I put it away when I saw that. Shelby. Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of pictures of like the same thing, but you see like the huge towers and displays. And also the very blurry pictures. Oh, this is also the last one in the album. Here, just a second. Like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, because that's just in... No. Nope. Oh, this is all the old... Okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're usually at the entrance. It's just I am not... Like, when I look at things, I don't look for the posters first off. Because there's so much stuff happening, you know? And I'm just like, holy shit. Okay, I gotta close that because... That... Fuck, there's like so many other pictures too, but we've been going on for almost 3.5 hours, and oh man, and plus the thing that sucks is like, god damn. Here, just a second, let me see. Because I did take a whole lot of pictures on my phone. Oh god, all the Tokyo Tower... Those are all on my phone? I thought I used... Oh wait, no, I didn't have my camera for that. How much more is there? That's a good question. There's a lot. Second.